Welcome to Dire Bear. It's Tuesday night, and this year that means we're playing Scion Second Edition with our chronicles entitled "The World at War." I'll be your story guide for this campaign, Jason from Over the Nerd Turtle Network. Joining me like last year, or last campaign, both, will be Sarah, this time playing Sasha, Eric playing Connor, Rap playing Jaden, Duba playing Robert, and Decca playing Hilarious.
You got it.
During the session zero, as soon as Sarah said hilarious, then I had it.
That's the only way I remembered it either.
Phonetics.
God bless them. Hi, Otter.
Hello, Otter.
Our first in the chat. So, Scion Second Edition. It's a story path game from Onyx Path. They did like the Vampire 20th edition, and they've done some of the supplements for 5th edition Vampire. And Story Path is kind of their own take on the storyteller system. So for anybody that watched our previous campaign, for the players for that matter, a lot of the dice pools will be built in a similar fashion, but the actual target numbers you're trying to reach are different. There's a lot of other smaller changes as you go through. But it should be pretty... Anybody familiar with Vampire, this should be a pretty easy game to keep up with, mechanically. Our campaign is set in Nebraska. Well, at least that's going to be the hometown. There's going to be some globetrotting. In a city called Olympus, Nebraska. This was a city that came under construction in the 80s. You had several small, kind of, low population. It was a low population area. You had several small communities. Something rose up out of the lake, and wreaked havoc. A band of Scions showed up and put the creature down. No one's exactly sure who. One Scion was pretty positively identified as belonging at least to the Greek pantheon in some fashion. Which is why the city was named Olympus. As all these small communities rebuilt basically together. And they had a lot of help from the government, corporate help. A lot of money got poured into the reconstruction, and they wound up with quite a large city. Compared to what was there before anyway. So this is many years later. Some of our players are natives to here. Some of them have just moved into the area. We'll get at that as we play. Oh yeah, but I mentioned Scion and it being a story path. The themes of the game is modern day mythology. The characters are playing Scions, or children, inheritors of the old gods. So basically, it's demi-gods running around in the modern day. We're starting on the lower end of the power scale. Some of our players have only fairly recently met their divine parent or patron. And at least one of them hasn't met them yet. As they build their legend, they will grow in power, and their patron will put more responsibility on them. As a Scion becomes more powerful and their legend becomes firmer, though, they also get sort of locked into kind of their view on the world, kind of how they approach things. But we'll get into the mechanics of that as we progress. Real quick, let's just go through, and I'm going to let everybody give just a very brief introduction to their character. Full name, what deity they're associated with, and what brings them to Olympus. Sarah, start us off.
I am playing Sasha Doe. She is a scion of Aset, which is just another name for the Egyptian goddess Isis. She recently moved to Olympus, Nebraska, with her grandparents, and is attempting to get her feet under her there.
All right, Eric.
Give me a second. I realized I didn't actually hop into the game on Roll20. I knew I was forgetting something. Anyway.
What is my name, Rodeo?
No. I, being Eric, as most of you know, I'm playing Connor Hughes, who is a quote-unquote child/creation of Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, who has lived in Olympus, Nebraska all his life and is basically a trickster warrior kind of guy.
Well, that's kind of what his father is. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Chaos Monkey Child.
That's a good way to put it. He's a chaos monkey child.
Deca, we'll let you go next.
I am playing Telerius Amoriad. They are the love child, quite literally, of the god you all. They insist that you call them Amor, but you probably know them better as Cupid.
And has he just moved to town, or has he lived here most of his life?
They probably
sorry.
you get it. They probably moved very recently, just on a whim. Like something just called them over there. Maybe they're trying to. I think maybe they're trying to meet people similar to them. They know they're not quite. They're above average of like the normal people they see. They just haven't put their finger on it.
And
They're not very
Duba.
bright.
Hi, hello. So, I'm playing Robert Jones. He is part of the Aesir, or essentially the Norse mythology. And I'm going to say that he is essentially the love child or a creation of this particular deity of the Forge. I'm probably going to butcher his name, but I'm going to try anyway, which it's spelled Brokkr, so in my head I hear Borker, but he was essentially a dwarf of the Forge. So yeah, and character-wise, his family's lived in Nebraska all their life, so to him, it's just another beautiful day.
And Rap, who are you playing?
I'm playing Jaden Caro, who is a creation of Artemis, who grew up kind of out in the country in Nebraska and moved to Olympus a few years back.
Okay. And do her, I guess, adopted parents still live in the area?
Yeah, they still live out in the country.
Okay, out in the county.
I'm sorry, I disappeared. I went looking for my book. I can't find the book I had for session 0, and I'm so upset.
I'm sure you'll find it as soon as session's over.
Right? I'll be
Soon as we
like,
get done with
there
this
it
campaign.
goes.
All right. So, starting off, it's just heard an echo there. Fairly early in the morning. Say 8 or 9ish. How are your characters going to start their day? Give me an average day for your characters. We'll start with Deca this time.
Cenarius just kind of gets up whenever they feel like it. Usually within like around 9 to 10 ish in the morning. They get up, make themselves a quick like breakfast. It's usually some sort of meat product and some sort of egg product, maybe some cheese. They make omelets, okay. And they eat. Kind of walk around. They're mostly like this all day on their phone. It's like, ha, that was funny. Just kind of going around and like, just making a shit post out of the day, basically.
But not just staying in their apartment all day. They're out wandering around.
No, they're out and about. They love to people watch.
Duba, how does Robert get his day started?
He's an early bird, so he's probably up about, I'd say, between 4:35, making a pot of coffee, probably fixing a little bit of a light breakfast before heading out and seeing what jobs he needs to be working on, if there's a project or some type of little job about the neighborhood.
That's
See
right,
if
because
he can.
is he in construction or
He's in construction.
okay? I'm trying to
But I
remember
say
if it was
he worked.
construction or handyman or what it was exactly.
He's in construction, though he is a private contractor. He does have a co-worker, Mr. Kane. You know, they work together from time to time. If it is a two-man project, but for the most part, he'll do projects that are usually done via solo.
All right. Rap, how does Jaden get her day started?
She's up really early, like when the sun is coming up, and she's just getting ready to kind of walk the area because she probably has a few classes, so she's trying to find a good spot to take them to, depending on the level of the people, and just kind of getting that all set up, for the day.
Okay. Now, what kind of classes does she teach?
Survival. You have your beginner, your intermediate, your advanced classes. And she teaches them how to kind of survive, how to find good wood, get kindle, start a fire, kind of use nature to your advantage, for having like housing and whatnot. Like if you don't have a tent on you, or how to even build a tent if you do. And that's what she usually does for her job.
Okay. Sarah.
Yeah, Sasha was probably up fairly early, just kind of makes like a very basic breakfast, and she's probably done some job looking and sending some resumes, but probably just goes and helps out at her grandparents' shop.
Okay. And what kind of shop do they run?
I don't think I decided on that, but screw it, we'll say like a garden shop.
All right. I'll expect a name for that gardening shop eventually.
Garden to Babylon.
Oh, Babylon. All right. That leaves us, I believe, with just Eric. How does Connor get his day started?
Well, he gets up, has a glass of banana milk, and then
Is that even really a thing?
what?
It is not a thing. I've looked.
I say it's a thing.
Add banana syrup to it.
Yeah, and then he goes for a run. That's pretty much a significant chunk of his days. He'll go for a run and then will see what he can get up to.
All right.
He's looking for other scions, but He's not like going knocking down people's doors, going, "Are you a Scion? Are you a
Are
Scion?
you a Scion?"
No.
He just knocks from like 25 feet away with his stick.
Donk.
Yeah, I'm just picture running by whacking people in the head. Whack! Nope. Whack! Nope. Hey, you survived that. Are you a Scion?
Horrible.
But he'll usually go on about a 5-mile run every day.
Okay.
And the more convoluted the path for free running / parkouring, the better. So it's probably not an uncommon occurrence to see him literally like just flipping through stuff at some point for random passerby. At least for the immediate the neighborhood that he most predominantly runs.
Mm-hmm. So people in that neighborhood are probably used to it.
Yeah. Like, oh, there goes Connor. Must be 7 o'clock.
Just a moment. For some reason, it's like my
Do you
mouse
do
is
anything
frozen up.
hinky while you're going for your jog?
Sometimes. It depends on what path he decides to take.
Okay.
Sometimes he'll like do fancy acrobatics as he's flipping through like construction sites and
Some construction workers like, hey, cut your shit out. This is the 3rd time you've been through here.
Just parkouring as he's doing his run.
Yeah.
basically. That's the perk of having his innate power from epic dexterity is he moves with effortless grace. And he's basically a parkour master.
Oh, sorry. I'm just having the strangest feeling that Robert has probably seen Connor once before on one of his day jobs.
Probably.
He
He's
just
probably
fly
come
past.
flipping through a construction site at some point.
Who's that? Oh, don't worry about it. He's just a weird monkey man.
All right.
Mostly though, he's going a little bit crazy with the runs just to see if he can attract Scions to him to sort of form a band. Which is sort of what he's doing. Which is why he's acting out, so to speak.
I will be back. Telephone.
All right. So sure enough, while you're out on your run, or while you're out on your walk, excuse me, hilarious. I can't say the name without saying hilarious in my head first. I have to keep using it. Anyway, hilarious.
Yes.
Sure enough, you see Connor doing his thing, and you caught a glimpse before.
Oh, I've seen him on YouTube.
Yeah, you've definitely seen him on YouTube, and you know he's here in the city. Like you caught a glimpse of him before, but just it's like you ran in the corner just in time to see him go over something and out of sight.
Just like looking at him like, where's the fire, Chief?
In my pants, brother! As he literally grabs a pole, flips around, and lands right in front of him.
What?
What's up?
Hi.
Hello.
That was some fancy flipping.
Oh, thank you. I'm pretty good at it.
Hey, I've seen you before. You're on. They get their phone. They're like, get on YouTube and
You've watched some of my free running videos.
yeah.
Yeah. I've seen some of your comments too. You're pretty good about that positivity thing.
I
Appreciate
try.
it.
Yeah, you're a hell of a runner and a walker and a climber. Was that you on my apartment building the other day?
Might have been. I don't pay
Hilarious.
attention to where I go. I just run. Ah,
I'm hilarious.
Connor. And not at all the fancy thing. Just like grab just.
You're strong.
Well, I do try. These muscles don't come cheap.
Goosh, goosh. Uh, all right. Are you going anywhere in particular, or are you just
No, just
running?
running. I'm trying to get 5 miles a day.
I have no doubt you hit 5 miles and then some a day.
Sometimes the spirit just takes me, you know?
Spirit.
Yeah. If I feel like running, I just run.
If I feel like talking, I just talk. So I understand that.
See?
That's my thing, my voice. It seems to just attract people.
Ah. Fair enough. So basically you just went, hey, what's up? And then here I am.
It's That's the power of the voice.
Yeah. Monkey business.
Monkey business. Is that what you call what you do?
Did you not see me swing around?
Yeah?
Monkey business.
Ah. That's actually, hang on. They get their phone and they just like make a note on their phone. That's a good hashtag. I'll have to remember that for later.
Hashtag monkey
I-
business.
I use it on my own videos, so feel free.
I will keep that in mind. Do me a favor real quick.
What's up?
Do that thing again with the flip. They get their phone, they're just like this.
Which direction?
Whichever way you want to go.
All right. He'll look for the nearest spot and he'll just run to it, run vertically up. No handholds. Grab the top, flip, then flip over the next, flip down, flip down, flip down, flip down, run across, flip around, and back.
He's barely keeping track. They're barely keeping track of things. What's your YouTube name? This is Jeremy asking Eric.
Oh.
What is Connor's YouTube name?
Monkey Child.
So they record that and then they just like flip to the selfie cam and they like he's like they're like this like I'm here with Monkey Child. Say hi.
As he is hanging upside down from one. What's up?
I think I have a nice little friend here. Just amazing the people you run into in this town.
I do try. Pat on his head.
And then I will send that video out to like Instagram, I guess, or Twitter. Tagging the appropriate, hashtag monkey business.
So you're just off on a walk or what?
I like to watch the people, and you are the most interesting person I've seen so far.
I do try.
Well, there's that one lady. I've seen her a couple times. I don't remember.
Oh?
I don't remember her name, but I like her attitude. She's got like a goth vibe.
That sounds interesting. You'll have to introduce me.
Maybe I will.
I'll
Anyway,
just do it.
you continue your run. You know where I am. I
Yeah.
feel like I took like 2 steps out of my apartment. He's like, tick, 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 tick.
You're probably a block or so away.
I'll say at which point he'll take a little pin out of that's like clipped to his pocket, which will then extend into a pole as he will hold onto it, slide down. It shrinks, puts it back to his pocket, and he continues to run.
Now, the things he had just been, the demonstration he'd just been putting on for you was already striking you as more than human.
Yeah.
The thing with the staff is clearly supernatural.
Right. Interesting. I don't record that, though.
Now, from Connor's point of view,
I'm just talking. Real
for
good
some
with
reason,
voice.
Teleria sticks out in your mind more than most folks. So you've had other people stop you and want to chat, seeing what you were doing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But he just seemed more memorable for some reason. You can't quite put your finger on why.
Might have a particular scent or smell,
Magnetism.
a scent or hearing thing that sticks out.
Oh, maybe so. Maybe it's some kind of
I remember
cologne
that
or
knack.
something they were wearing.
I remember that knack where it says you can sense certain divinities, and if nobody has it, you can like have certain things pop up. So, okay, fair enough.
They have it's their animal magnetism, very clearly.
Fair enough. Considering
And
Connor is
they'll
part monkey.
And they'll send that video out to like Twitter, Instagram, the whole nine.
How bad does Connor's phone explode?
All the social medias.
Connor's
I'll
phone
roll tech
doubles
for
as a
it.
vibrator.
Oh, God.
All right, moving on from Eric.
I walk the opposite direction from where Connor's going.
No, try to
Because
keep up.
all right, I've done no, of course, absolutely not.
Keep up with my 10 movement dice.
I've met the monkey man. Moving on, just on my walk.
Actually, that's probably the better one, Monkey Man, instead of Monkey Child.
Mhm.
His YouTube name is Monkey Man because MM, that works.
All right, Sasha. As you're getting to your grandparents' shop, you're 40, 50 yards from the door, But it's inside. You see the door kind of fling open. A couple of guys walk out, laughing. They just have this a-hole vibe that you pick up on from the distance. I mean, total like dude bros. They're wearing ball caps with some kind of Greek symbols on it. It's some kind of fraternity. But they come out. They turn. They're walking. As you're walking up from one direction, they're kind of walking away from you. Doesn't look like they bought anything though.
Yeah, she's gonna make a note of them. Like, I'm going to remember these fuckers' faces. And she will go inside and just kind of poke her head in. Do I need to follow and kill someone?
Your grandmother looks up. No. Your grandfather stops down and rubs his chin. But then he's like, no. Once your grandmother gives him a look, no.
What was it about?
Nothing for you to worry about. They're just a couple of asses.
Okay.
Now, as he's saying this to you, your grandmother has stepped over the trash can. She's got a broom in one hand and a dustpan. She's pouring sounds like some broken pottery in the dustpan.
Guessing they didn't pay for that.
No. They said it was an accident.
Of course. I'm gonna guess she probably took Smoochums with her. Just because Smoochums.
Ooh, Smoochums is going to draw a lot of attention.
She's okay with that. They messed with her grandparents.
Well, I just meant
Just
walking
go-
to your grandparents' shop with Smoochums.
Well, maybe Smoochums was already at grandparents, just kind of chilled there for the night, hung out with everyone.
That's fair.
She will retrieve Smoochums from where they're probably lounging on their back under a big old, fake palm. And just start walking back out. Be like, I'll be right back, I promise I won't kill anyone.
Your grandparents look at each other. You promise?
I haven't killed anyone yet.
Your grandmother just looks at you. Your grandfather tells you, "Well, don't break your streak today."
I won't. And just
They were
walks
asses,
out
but
the door. Pretty quick stride. Big old crocodile hippo lion puppy behind her.
People cross the street to avoid you. It's like you see a couple people pull out their phones from a safe distance.
Doesn't even pay attention, just laser focuses in behind him.
What is Smookum's Smoochum's whatever you call it. What is his or her general demeanor?
General, I mean, when probably follows a lot of Sasha's cues. If she is in business mode, Smoochums is in business mode.
Okay.
So just very much keeping at her heel and not turning to engage any passerbys.
You've got kind of a tense walk, so she knows, okay, something's up. You're tense, I'm tense. You're not paying attention to the kids or passerbys, I'm not paying attention to the kids or passerbys.
Yeah.
So, you as long as you're going at a decent little clip, you'll catch up with the two dude bros. They don't seem to be in any particular hurry.
Yeah.
As you get within earshot of them, they're still laughing about whatever it is that just went on.
Goes up, taps one of them on the shoulder. Might I have a word with you?
Oh, guy turns. He looks at you. He does a very kind of obvious and just kind of blatant up and down. Well, sure. And then he sees Then he sees your dog. And it's like, what is that thing?
You're going to go back to that garden store and you're going to pay for whatever you broke.
Oh, really?
Yes, really.
Hey, look, the owners didn't say nothing.
I'm not the owner.
It was an accident. The owners seemed to be cool with it.
And you seem to be laughing an awful lot for something that seems to be an accident.
I'm a naturally jovial guy.
Well, great for you. Go back and pay for what you broke.
His buddy is like, seriously, what the crap is that thing?
She just doesn't answer. She's just dead-eye looking at him like, you're going to go back and pay, or I will follow you the rest of today.
What happens if I don't go?
I get to make the rest of your day very unpleasant by following you around and reminding you why you shouldn't break things at small businesses.
It was an accident.
That's fantastic.
Maybe I'm
go
broke.
back and pay.
I'm broke.
Then maybe you shouldn't have been clumsy.
Look, maybe you shouldn't be so pushy. He takes a step forward, and Smookums or Smoochies or what was the name again? Smoochums. Smoochums. Okay. Smoochums starts this kind of deep. It's not a growl. It's
like the alligator rumble.
It's kind of the alligator. Yeah, it's that alligator crocodile rumble.
Yeah.
So he quickly takes 2 steps back. Like, whoa.
Okay, fine. You aren't going to go back and pay? May I see your phone for a moment?
No, I don't know you. You know what? I'm done. He turns around and starts walking off.
Continues to follow.
So y'all are walking down the street. They keep glancing over their shoulder. They seem truthfully more intimidated by your pet than by you.
Yeah, I mean, she's like 5'6". She's not the intimidating one in this group.
And they keep yelling at you, hey, quit following us, creep, stalker. Other people are starting to notice what's going on, but they don't seem to want to get involved.
Go back and pay. It's very simple. I leave.
The other guy gets his phone out. Finally, they come to a street. They come to the street corner. They look around, kind of hold up their hand. A car pulls up. Window rolls down. Guy, the driver leans out, asks if this is Garrett. The guy that had been on the phone goes, yeah, and they both climb into this seat. Clearly, they called an Uber to get away from you.
Worthless, spineless pieces of. Turns around, walks back.
One of them, as the Uber pulls away, one of them giving you a hand gesture out the back window. The other one has turned around and is making smoochy face at you.
Probably a sound very reminiscent of Smoochum's as she just stalks back to the shop.
As you walk back into the shop, your grandmother looks up. She kind of looks you over, like, seeing if it looks like you've been in a fight or anything.
I didn't kill anyone. They're spineless.
Your grandfather behind the counter. Did you at least rough him up? I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
I behaved.
Is he doing the I'm kidding, but really?
Only doing the I'm kidding because grandmother's there.
Yep.
Uber's going pretty fast. That's weird.
Oh, it's not going that fast. But anyway, customers start to kind of roll in.
She makes sure Smoochum's back in the back before people come in.
He's got his own little room back there.
Oh yeah, he's got like a big old doggy bed. Just kind of flops out there.
Once you got back to the shop, you weren't quite as tense, so she's not as tense. Just a second. I realized I'd forgotten to write something down about the. Oh well, I'll find it later. Anyway, so your day proceeds. Jaden. Now, are you planning to take your class? Do you take your class out of town, or do you just do this in like some of the parks in town?
Kind of more out of town.
Okay.
Since it is big enough. I mean, she'll do her first class showing them, okay, this is this is this, and explaining it, and then the second class would be out of town to actually show them how to use it.
Okay. So, and I think we had discussed this in the session 0, but I'm going to go over it a little bit just for our viewers. So this is the main part. This is the city of Olympus on this side of the lake. This road back here is referred to as, it's called the Belt Line, and was originally kind of the border of the city, though the city has since grown and kind of spilled over to some degree. But across the river here has its own communities, but there is a state park. What was it? The
Thunder Grove, I think it was called.
Was it Thunder Grove or Thundering Grove?
Thundering Grove.
Yeah. Thundering Grove State Park, which is, as you can see on the map, there's several little parks and, protected areas around here, but that's kind of the big one, as you can see, it's a forest, basically the size of the city. With kind of marshland around the edges as it bumps up against the lake. So you head across, so you take your class basically across that bridge, headed towards the the state park.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, when they're asking you a lot of questions and, you know, this, that, and the other. One lady's asking you, you know, if you've ever seen anything, you know, odd in the forest.
No, nothing too odd than everyday things I see whenever I walk it.
This one, through all the classes you've been to, she seems to be the one that's most nervous about kind of being out in nature.
If you're worried about Bigfoot, there's no Bigfoot.
Oh, please, in this world, there's totally a Bigfoot.
Bigfoot's just not in Olympus
Yeah, just not there.
that we know of.
That's true. I don't know if there's been Bigfoot sightings in Nebraska or not.
I'm on it.
Actually, no. To be fair, our dish, he has pictures with Bigfoot. He brings out his yoga mat every week. No, that's not a joke. There is a person
Our
that
dish
dresses up
actually
as a
lived
Bigfoot.
in Nebraska for a little while.
Oh no, I know. It's still funny to think about.
Just someone
I
dressing up as
think there were
Bigfoot.
a couple.
So anyway, she kind of laughs. You do the Bigfoot thing, you know. But you know, and then she, you know, she was like, maybe strange isn't the right word. You know, she starts asking if there's anything dangerous in the woods. You know, are there cougars? Are there bears? You know, have there ever been like, you know, escaped zoo animals? And you know that Olympus doesn't have a zoo, and nowhere close by in Nebraska has a zoo.
Yeah, like, well, there's no zoo nearby for any escape animals to be over here. I mean, but you'll get your occasional, like, brown bear. I mean, it is a state park, but where I'll be taking you, I've already walked it these past couple of weeks to make sure it's safe. And I even walked it again this morning before I came to meet up with you guys.
No, she kind of nods. So, you know, it's like you're putting her some at ease. I mean, she's gotten used to you. You know, she knows you know what you're talking about. It's just a general, you know, she's clearly been a city girl her whole life. You know.
Oh, excuse me.
She's got a girlfriend that has drug her into this, who is much more the outdoorsy type. But you make it to the park without incident. You know, you don't. You know, this is a class. You're not going too deep into the woods.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there have been rumors of people spotting satyrs or crap, not nymphs, but the tree spirits, dryads.
Dryads.
You know, that's the sort of myth and rumor that goes around about that. The local tabloids are full of those kind of stories.
Mm-hmm. But she'll take them about half a mile in, if that, maybe a quarter a mile.
Mm-hmm.
So they're close enough to know you go this way, and you'll definitely be out of the park, and you'll be fine.
Everybody's got their compasses.
I'm sorry, I accidentally muted this by accident. What did you say?
Everybody's got their compass, so you just go head west half a mile and you'll be out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And even in the park here, cell reception's decent because you're so close to the city.
Mm-hmm. There's probably like a cell tower like over here.
Oh yes, definitely. Probably one down, a little further down as well.
Mm-hmm.
But so anyway, you're teaching your class. Who have I not gotten to? Duba. I have not gotten to Duba. So what was it? Remind me, what was it Robert was doing this morning? Just headed to a job?
Yeah, he was just into a regular job site.
Okay. Now, is there any particular aspect of construction that he concentrates on? You know, does he tend to do electrical work? Does he do the woodwork? Yeah.
He dabbles in a little bit of everything, but most of the time if like say a house is going up or something, a different contractor's working on, they call him in. He mainly does like the woodworking, so he make sure everything's good, squares, straighten up boards, make sure the frames and everything are right. And if there is anything extra that needs to be fashioned real quick, he'll throw those up.
So you're in a, you're working in a fairly nice part of town. Working on some outside trim on this house. It's kind of decorative. Excuse me, I got something caught in my throat. You're working solo today. Later in the week you plan on calling your buddy in for some of the heavier duty stuff, but folks that own this place have been doing a big remodel. They haven't actually moved in yet. Next door, though, you hear some commotion. It's not the first time. Whoever is over there's a privacy fence between the properties, but whoever's over there has been fairly noisy before. And you've been working a few hours by this point. But a car pulls up, a couple guys get out. You hear him speak to the driver, and they're walking to the house, laughing about the look on somebody's face when they drove off. They say some unflattering things about whoever this woman was, but and apparently they're talking about an old couple that they don't think is going to pay up, so them and some of the boys may have to pay a visit.
Oh, God.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, as their conversation are going on, he's probably going to be taking mental notes, if nothing else. He might have, a little notepad in front of him that he does his measurements on. He might just kind of flip a page and just kind of jot down what he's hearing, like, okay, sounds like something shady is about to happen. That's not good. But, he'll keep a, plain expression, won't. He'll play coy in the fact to which he's listening to hearing the conversation. He'll just keep putting up the trim. Taking his time.
You saw the car drive by and kind of stop and let him out, but there's a privacy fence up, so you don't really have a direct view of him. You hear him open the front door, which lets the music from inside kind of pour out. There's obviously several more people over there. And whoever's in the house does this sort of dog bark that the guys go in and respond to. Which reminds you of an old fraternity in town. But you didn't think they were around anymore. You thought they had gotten kind of disbanded or whatever. Because you were one of the guys that lived here in town, right?
Mm-hmm.
For most of your life, okay.
Like he'd be hearing the music and be thinking about that fraternity, Just be
Mm.
kind of have that frown on his face, like. Noisy
But you
blood.
remember they had a whole dog motif thing that they did. You can't remember. You don't remember exactly which Greek letters or letters they were using. It was alpha something something. They tended to call themselves the Alpha Dogs. And you don't remember all the details. Something about hazings or something got them busted up. In like the early 2000s. I mean, it's been 7 or 8 years at least. You were never into the fraternity scene particularly. Or well, that's me assuming on your character. But
Nah, he wouldn't have been.
his line of work strikes him more as a trade school sort of thing than a college sort of thing. I guess is where I was coming from. But
No, you'd be right.
But anyway, you remember that they got busted up. But then threw a big party anyway that the police got called to, and there was some assault, some assault on some of the police. It was a bad scene, and like the frat house they'd been using burned down. There, a couple of the like heads, were supposed to have died, but another one or two of them got arrested. It was a big thing in the papers for a month or so.
Oh yeah, something big enough to cause a little bit of a hometown stink and then slowly go under.
Yeah, it was not a national fraternity. It was one that had started here in Olympus. And they had been trying to build up and go national, and it fell apart when they got busted up and then ran afoul of the police.
It kind of happens when you continuously act like dicks, but
But like I said, the dog barking thing makes you remember that being something they were known for.
Oh yeah, no, he'll put a few more nails in, stop and think about it for a second. Noisy a lot. Keep going.
So once you get into later afternoon,
Mm-hmm.
let me jump back and forth here. So Eric, what does Connor goes on his run? What does he do? Like to make a living? What does he have to go to work that day? What's he do throughout the rest of his day?
He'll work for his. He just calls him Grandpa, even though it's his sort of mentor slash father figure.
Mm-hmm.
But
what was his name?
He works
again?
for him. Well, you said to heck with his last name. So first name is Jen. Or Jen. But yeah. However
Don't
you wanna
worry, we'll come
pronounce
up with
that.
a word association for that in a little bit.
Jen, if you want to be simple about it.
Okay.
Uncle
But, yeah.
Eero.
And he is a Taekwondo instructor?
He's a Taekwondo grandmaster, but yes.
But professionally, Grandmaster
Yes.
doesn't make you any money. Being an instructor makes you money.
True. Yeah, he is.
Paid bills.
And Connor helps out at the dojo and patrols around the area when he has time.
All right, so you're teaching one of the, probably teaching some of the novice classes, probably up to
Same.
fairly advanced. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, Taekwondo is his close combat specialty, so he is definitely really good at it.
he's not a grandmaster though.
No, but he's probably like a 3rd or 4th degree black belt.
For your novice class, some of the kids are all excited when you get there that day. They have seen Telarius's postings. A lot of them follow you on YouTube, but But they thought it was
Your
neat that
phone's
you
at,
showed
like,
up on
0% from all the
Calarius's feed.
vibrations.
What was that, Deca?
It's like your phone's at 0% from all the vibrating.
Maybe, yeah.
So they're showing you, the video he took.
Mhm.
And they want to know if that's something you're going to teach them in class. If that's part of Taekwondo, is that something you're going to teach them here in class? And they want to know how you did. They want to know how you did the whole run up the pole thing.
That is me being me. I'm just that good. But I can teach you all how to do free running when you get your instructions done.
All right, yeah, all of them. Okay, we'll take you up on that.
Honestly, free running isn't that hard to do. You just have to maintain momentum. And, keep track of where you're going. But yeah.
Hilarious.
Yes.
How does the rest of your day go?
I just keep checking. I continually checking the thread, the thread of everything I've done today, and they kind of just walk around. After a little bit of walking, they don't see anybody else interesting, so they will make their way to the cool spot. Have a shake, kind of chew the fat with the new owner.
All right. That's right. The cool spot is a malt shop in town.
Yeah, get a malt.
Now, does it have the old kind of 50s, 60s?
It still has the 50s and 60s aesthetic. They just the owner just renamed it after he got it from his mom. It's no longer a ma and pa, so he can't really call it a ma and pa shop. But before it was probably something like ma and pa's old fashioned malts.
He wanted
But
the
yes,
name with a little more pop.
Yeah. So but it's still inside is still very old fashioned malts. So they'll just take a seat. They'll call their mother and be like, "I finally met him. I met the monkey man."
That's nice, dear. Who was the monkey man again?
I will immediately send her the video that I took.
Oh, that is a handsome young man.
Yeah, he's good looking, but I'm more talking about the flips and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's impressive. He's very agile. What?
Never mind.
If you run into him again, get his number.
Who says I don't already have it? Love you, Mom. Click.
Seconds later, you get a text of a frowny face.
Just send a heart emoji. Yeah, they just kick back unless something just needs their focus. They're just kicking back.
Okay. But you're staying on. You are staying on the social medias.
Yeah, I'm staying all over social media, just kind of perusing. Something catches my eye.
There's a couple of videos that catch your eye. There is it's not from anybody really famous or big, but you've got a lot of smaller local folks that you kind of keep up with.
Yeah.
And a couple of different ones have videos of this woman with this really strange animal.
That's her.
The whole kind of crocodile head, but then it's got a mane, and I forget if it's a dog-like or cat-like the body of the thing.
It's a weird
Hippo,
dog she
alligator,
has.
lion, hippo.
That's right. It's like a small kind of hippo.
It's the most dangerous chimera.
It's the three most dangerous animals of Egypt.
They'll look at the phone. It's her. I was just talking about her.
And she seems to be following a couple of frat boys. Except as you look at him, you're like,
They keep looking back at her.
yeah. And at least one of the videos actually picks up the sound as they're calling her names to tell her to quit following. And she keeps going. Just go back and pay for it.
Oh, I actually hear that. They actually hear that part then. Like
One of the videos picked it up. The other one was too far away to pick up the sound.
Yeah.
But so yeah, this is somebody you think you've seen before. One thing on the frat boys that picks you up is one of them is wearing both of them are wearing ball caps, but one of them you actually see the ball cap has got the Alpha, Delta, and Omega.
Alpha, Delta, Omega.
Which you were raised here in town.
Mhm.
Oh, how old is Delirious?
Late 20s, like 29-ish.
Let's see. So you'd have been 9. You'd have been 10 or 11 probably. When that fraternity was busted up.
Mhm.
So chances are that would not trigger any particular memories.
No, but it's if I hear them like saying anything unsavory about her, I'm like, huh. This is a really weird interaction that's going on.
Really, they're just calling her creepy and a stalker and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a few unflattering words thrown around, but neither video gets as far as them actually getting in the Uber and getting away from her. But
Okay.
None of the streamers seem to really want to follow her with that critter.
Naturally. It's like the hippo teeth just like go like that. No
It's
one
got
wants
the
to mess with
crocodile.
that.
It's got more of the crocodile head. But anyway.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
crocodile face.
So a crocodile face with the hippo tusks would be an intimidating something to run
That
into.
would be spooky.
That would
Like
be
the hippo teeth going like that.
In the comments on these videos, though, there's some people saying, "Oh yeah, I see her in this neighborhood, pretty regular. She walks that thing in the morning sometimes."
very
I'll make a
early
note
in the
of that.
mornings.
I'll make a note of that.
One guy's like, yeah, I've seen her at this gardening shop, and he drops the name Gardens of Babylon. I've never seen the animal there, but and another was like, oh yeah, I've been to that shop. I don't know, I've heard something moving around in the back before. I just figured they had a pet dog or something.
Mm-hmm. At that, they'll be like, interesting. I might have to go speak with her. And they'll finish up, pay, like, all right, just kind of do a little light jog towards the garden shop.
All right. Jaden is wrapping up the class. Good class went without incident. You didn't have them out anywhere dangerous, but you kind of give them the basics of hiking, how to find their way. You make them kind of lead y'all back out.
Mm-hmm.
And they get you close to the cars, as you break out of the forest. And you all load back up. I'm gonna say whatever place you kind of work for has a van that you cart these guys around in.
Yeah.
Somewhere y'all can travel together.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll say you had like 7 students or something that day. So they're all chatting about stuff they saw, animals they saw. One of them's all excited because they managed to snap a picture of a deer. the kind of the slightly fraidy cat city girl, she seemed to have a good time. She's complaining about some bug bites, but so you roll back into town. Drop everybody, back up to the school, I guess. It's probably just a business, storefront that y'all kind of in.
Yeah.
But, but you pull back up there, everybody loads out to get into their cars. Now, does Jaden have a car, or does she just kind of walk wherever she goes?
She walks wherever she goes.
Okay. And you got the business van, the school van for business purposes. But, so they unload, you get out, you're headed back home. You skipped lunch, so if Jaden was hungry, where would she go to eat?
We never chose a place where we would all go like last session with the Waffle House.
We'll just let it come naturally.
So Waffle House.
No, not the Waffle House.
We'll just send up on the one before Waffle House and Vampire. We'll just have to figure out another place.
Another chain that we hope sponsors us eventually.
Yeah.
Well, Waffle House was just about to jump on that, and then the Vampire game ended, so,
They should have got on that quicker, man.
Yeah. They don't know what they're missing.
Culver's, because I just had that recently. It was actually pretty good. So
Culver's is good.
Cheese curds.
As you go in there, you're at least a semi-regular to this place, I'm going to assume. So at least a couple of the wait staff recognize you. They sit you down, they take your order. I've never eaten at this place, so I'm just picturing like an Applebee's.
It's more fast food.
It's a fast food.
Oh, it's a little more fast food? Okay.
Yes.
It's like, think of it like Whataburger, but nationwide.
Never been to a Whataburger. They're only just starting to move around into this area.
I can't help you then.
It's fast food. Like if you go into like an Arby's or something, you go get your order. Order it, wait, get it.
So there's not really a wait staff. It'd just be some of the people behind. Some people that take orders that would recognize you.
They also do have old school malts, which is slowly becoming a theme in this campaign.
There we go.
Good shake. There we go.
So you're sitting there, you get your food, pretty quick. You're sitting there eating. You see, while you're sitting there, you see two big old carloads of folks come through the drive-thru. Guys are hanging out the window, they're slapping the top of the car, making all kinds of noise. You can hear them, one guy's trying to give the order, but everybody in the car seems to be shouting. The second car's honking their horn when the first one takes too long. At a glance, it looks like a bunch of frat boys. Finally, it's like they give up on the drive-thru and they come in the store. There's about probably 5 per car. There's about 10 of them in there. And they're yelling and carrying on. The manager comes out and tries to get them to be quiet. Not having much luck. Finally, he orders them out. And they just kind of ignore him. And, they're demanding a service. He's threatening to call the police. They don't actually leave. until he tells somebody behind the counter to go actually call the police. At which point, one of the guys knocks the manager down. And another one gives him kind of a quick kick to the stomach. Now, do you want to interfere? Or are you just going to wait and see where this goes?
She's gonna interfere. Tell him, what the hell are you doing? If you don't get out, I will definitely call the cops. And she'll have her cell phone out in her hand.
About half the guys start moving towards the door. The two
And
that
she's going to quickly take pictures of the people leaving. As fast as she can anyway,
you catch the first guy. You catch a pretty good picture of the first guy. Now, he was not one of the ones that started the violence, but he was, all of them were in here acting a fool. As soon as the phone starts clicking, though, the rest of them the rest of them that are leaving kind of throw their hands up or pull their hats down. You get a clear picture of the Alpha Delta Omega hat that one of them's wearing. Now, you lived out in the county, so probably doesn't mean much to you. Other than you'd go fraternity.
Yeah. And plus, she's the youngest in the group, so
yeah,
she won't even know who the hell.
It's not a if she pays attention to fraternities at all, it's not one she would recognize.
No.
The two guys that initiated violence, though, as soon as you start snapping pictures, they're coming at you. Hey, nobody told you could take pictures of us. Give me that phone. And they're both trying to wrestle.
And she will go between the tables and use that to her advantage to get around and away from them.
All right. Give me the first die roll of the campaign.
No pressure.
Roll good.
Now, you are just trying to avoid... You're just avoiding them at this point, correct?
Mm-hmm. So what am I rolling?
All right. I could see this being athletics. Or close combat, whichever you prefer. Both of them at this point would... I would probably go with athletics because this is more of a staying out of their reach as opposed to...
Mm-hmm. And is it dexterity or...
Let me see here. I'd let you roll dexterity or cunning. Dexterity is more of the ducking and diving under stuff. The cunning would be kind of plotting your course.
Well, dexterity has more points into it than cunning.
There you go.
Does,
which probably means that's more her style.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm given the choice there because that's just two different strategies you could use.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then
let me find my stat. Where are my jackass stats? All right.
Jackass stats.
I love
Roll for jackass.
All right.
I'm over here messaging. So I was like, we're about to kill us some frat boys, aren't we?
I'm here for this.
All right.
So I heard we're delivering an ass whooping.
Not yet. This is more the scene from Spider-Man where they're like avoiding everybody.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
3 successes.
That ain't bad at all.
I accidentally clicked over where people can't see.
8 and higher are successes, so I got 2 10s. I don't know if 2 10s mean anything in this game or not.
Shit, it's a bestial critical.
I don't think crits do. Maybe
We don't have hunger dice in here. It's fine.
I don't know if crits mean anything in this game, though.
I want to say there is a way to crit. Somebody else look that up for me. All right, so you got 3 successes.
Librarian Eric do that.
3 successes.
I am not librarian. I am monkey.
You are library. You, the person, not you, the player character.
Oh, that's right. It's got to be 8s or higher, so that 7 isn't going to do anybody any good.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
All right, one of them got 2 successes. So, of course, you managed to avoid him without any trouble.
hmm
The other one got 3, so that's a tie. Ties go to the player.
They still go to the player.
Yes. So one of them basically gets, one of them you doesn't get close to you. The other one, almost gets his hands on you, and you slip up under a table.
This really is just a scene from Spider-Man where he's just avoiding the bully.
Basically.
So you manage to get like a couple of tables between the 2 of you, or the 3 of you, and the other 2. A couple of the guys that were leaving have stopped or just watching and laughing at their buddies for not being able to.
No, critical is not a thing with 10s.
Okay.
Interesting.
I just
A
would like to know.
critical specifically is something you have to spend successes on to do, at least when it comes to combat.
Okay.
If you have 4 successes after the initial way of defense versus attack, you can spend for those successes to inflict a critical hit.
Okay.
Which I think
So
puts
just the
conditions on the people.
total amount of successes.
Deals an additional injury condition.
Okay.
So it does 2 injuries as opposed to just
So
1.
there's no out of combat criticals.
Not as far as I know. Like the first thing that came up for critical hits was in combat.
Yeah. Well, the thing in out of combat is it's just there's more stuff you can spend those successes on generally.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just critical hits. The critical
Probably a
hits.
system we can jury rig with a success differential.
But
If we want to, yeah.
You're just
Yeah.
double checking something, but yeah. Yep. Critical hits are only in combat. Cool.
all right. Now, is Jaden trying to get out of the building?
No, because that's where all the frat guys went, and she's not gonna want to go near them. Not when 2 of theirs is trying to get the phone from her.
Well, I'm assuming that there are doors on both sides of this building.
Yeah, then if there is,
So imagine
she
the
will
frat
head
boys are all over here, and you're kind of flipped
yeah.
across tables, already kind of heading that other direction.
Yeah, she is.
So yeah, you have no problem getting to the door and kind of open the door. The guy that almost got his hands on you starts after you, but his buddy puts a hand on his shoulder. Dude, they've already called the cops. We just need to go. And first guy gives you a look like he's trying to memorize your face.
And she'll just give him the finger.
Naturally.
Memorize this.
Oh, I'm gonna remember you.
And she'd be like, and I ain't gonna forget that ugly mug you got on your face right now either.
The frat boys over by the door are just laughing at all of this. But eventually they get that guy who still looks like he almost looks like he wants to go after you, but everybody else is telling him, "Come on, man, let's go." Don't let him want to deal with the police, apparently. So they eventually file out. The one guy's giving you the stink eye the whole way out, though. They get in their car. They kind of peel out. Both cars full. And take off.
Frat boys ruin everything.
Not all frat boys, but these frat boys.
That's my take of the campaign.
So as they're pulling out, the manager starts to get up. He's holding his stomach. Do you keep going? Do you keep heading out, or do you?
No, once they're gone, she'll stay because if the cops are getting called, she's gonna show them the pictures.
The manager tells you, thank you, but thanks for distracting them, but you know, you probably shouldn't put yourself in harm's way like that, but he does appreciate it. Some of the other workers have come out and, you know, they're checking on him. They're asking you if you're okay. One or two of them seem to be pretty upset at, you know, just having been a witness to this. A little bit later, police show up. Manager basically tells him he's okay. He doesn't have him call for like an ambulance or EMT or anything. They ask everybody what happened. You know, they approach you, kind of like the manager. They're like, you know, putting yourself in harm's way might not have been the right thing to do. But you know, they understand you were, you know, trying to help. One of them does have you basically send him a copy of the video you made of the pictures you took. You know, they take the full statement. You know, they ask everybody here, you know, did anybody know any of these people? That sort of thing. But nobody seems to have recognized them. You certainly didn't know any of them.
No.
Let's see. Robert.
Yes, sir.
So it's late afternoon. You're probably you finished up most of what you can get done here. You know, at the job for the day anyway.
Hmm.
What do you do? What do you do as you wrap up your day?
He probably would have cleaned up the job site a little bit, at least not leave as big a mess out there in the renovation area. Probably would have gotten hungry. Probably would have thought to go on, maybe get a milkshake.
Would he get a milkshake at a fast food place? Would he go to the local mom and pop store that's been around as long as he can remember?
Hey, he probably would go to the mom and pop shop, since that's probably where he spent a good bit of childhood, you know, getting a milkshake there every now and then.
All right, so you swing by the cool spot. Not that it was named that when you were a kid, but you know.
Back in my day.
But you knew the owner. You knew the owner when he was younger too. You know it's the same family that owns it, even if the older couple have retired. Now the owner is, how old is Robert? You know, roughly.
37.
Okay. So yeah, the owner is probably right around your age.
I forget. Do we name the owner?
Christoph.
Christoph.
His name is Christoph because that's one of Tellerius's contacts.
All right,
Okay.
Christoph it
Ah,
is.
With a K. With a K. He's
Christoph.
changing it.
Look, man, he just want to make sure that he gets all 20 different names that you give him correct.
Mm-hmm.
I will.
Especially since you love picking the more unique ones.
Oh no, for my characters, yes. For the NPCs, it's whatever.
So anyway, you walk into the cool spot. Christoph sees you, kind of waves. Hey, Robert.
Hey, Christoph.
Does
how
Robert
are
go
you?
by Robert, or does he let people call him Bob?
He don't care. He'll answer to both.
Okay. Christoph probably calls you Bob then. Hey, Bob, what can I get you?
Give me a vanilla shake today. Something a little different.
You're the only person I know that
Great.
considers vanilla different.
Daring today.
He'll just continue to smile and be like, yeah, and I'll probably keep making that joke for God knows how many more years you keep it open.
Yeah, hopefully I can retire from here someday like my folks did. So.
I'm sure it'd be just fine. Your mom and dad's done great so far. All you gotta do is just keep up the practice.
As long as the neighborhood don't go downhill, I'll be fine, I'm sure. So, he sits there and small talks with you. He's got a little TV over the counter. And you see a news report come on about an incident at a local restaurant. And there's some security footage shown where you see the incident Jaden was just involved in. Now the footage inside the restaurant isn't great. So you see the manager get pushed down and kicked, and you see him kind of chase after some lady that avoids them and is basically heading out the door when they finally turn around and leave. They put up several pictures. You recognize that fraternity cap.
Yeah, the second he sees that cap, he'll just be like,
Kristoff kind of looks at you.
He would just. You remember that fraternity that tried to go big years back?
Oh yeah. The one like their house burned down while they were fighting the cops or something.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he'll point at the TV. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's I think that was the house. I think they're trying to revive that again.
Well, they're off to a good start. They're already getting the police on it at this point. Kristoff pulls his phone out and it's like, let's see, what was that place called? They were something dogs, I know.
Oh, is it Alpha Dogs, something like that?
Yeah, that was it, because they would like bark at each other. I remember that.
Yeah.
And he pulls up the old news report, or the old, articles about it. And, sure enough, the actual name of the fraternity matches up with what they were wearing on their hats. You may be right. Or, if they're not getting it back together, it may be some of the old alumni or something. So that was 10 years ago. You think those guys would have better things to do by now?
Oh, yeah. Though I think I was
Or no, it would be
working
more like
on
15 years ago.
Well, I think I was working on a house next to them. I remember
Oh.
them. I remember them coming in and talking a bunch of smack, talking about making fun of some woman. Apparently had a interesting pet. I didn't catch all those details, but I'm kind of worried. I heard them right. I heard them say something about about another little mom and pop place. Suppose got to pay up.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound good at all.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried.
That sounds
about
like protection racket kind of BS there.
Oh yeah, good old classic protection racket crap. But not much we can do about it, I don't guess.
Kristoff pulls out his phone. One of my other regulars was in here watching something. And he pulls up a video of two frat guys. Like I said, like I told Decca, at one point you can actually see the hat on one of the guys pretty clearly. And this woman is following him with a, kind of freaky. You don't know what it is. He doesn't know what it is. Well, that looks like an alligator, and that looks like, it's like an alligator with a lion's mane and like a pig body or something.
He'll just kind of look at the video funny. He's like, yeah, those sound like the two guys I heard come in. So that's right.
Actually, yeah, even the particular voices sound the same.
It's like, yeah, those were the assholes that came up to the house next door. So, all right, I'm not too far off my mark.
Kristoff scrolls. There was something in the comments. Oh yeah, here's where somebody was saying they had seen her at the Gardens of Babylon. he goes, it's a mom and pop gardening place. Actually, in your line of work, you might have heard of it.
Oh yeah, he's probably heard of. He might have done some renovation for him at some point. Maybe replaced a beam or two. Maybe fixed up a wall. Just probably some little thing. He'll pull out his phone. Yeah. I think I did a job for him once. Sweet couple.
Well, you know, if you know where they're hanging out, you know, maybe you should call the cops or something. I mean, maybe anonymously if you don't want no trouble.
You're right. He'll grab his phone, check it again. I got some time. I ain't gotta turn in just yet. I say I might just go ahead and just take a drive on down there. Maybe check out the place, see if they're all right. I know it's not my business, but I just feel bad knowing the people and knowing that someone's gonna do something to them and they don't deserve it. He'll thank you for the milk. Thank you for a milkshake. Put the money on the table. Keep the change. It's all right, bud.
Oh, thanks, man.
Head out
I'll
the
see you
door.
next time you're in here wanting something different.
You know me. As he smiles.
All right, so as you leave the cool spot, where are you headed?
He'll hop in his work truck and he'll head to the good old Garden of Babylon.
All right.
Give them a little visit. I love how everybody else walks everywhere. Me? No, F that. I'm too old for this. I'm getting in a truck.
What do you mean walk?
Yeah, you're sprinting 90% of your time. Just a good old fashioned yeet, just right out the window. But anyway, I know he'll drop down there.
Go beat myself.
All right, so you're headed to the Gardens of Babylon. Telarius, you had figured out, you know, all the same information on the gardens and the chick. Were you gonna go try to meet her today? That seemed to be something that they were interested in, and I think you're muted.
Yes, I am. Damn. I was like, man, why are you interrupting me? That's rude. Anyway, they were going to the Garden of Babylon first to see if they've seen her. Just like they have to keep their figure looking good. It's not athletic, but it looks,
But it's
nice.
svelte.
Yeah.
So there's kind of a power walk.
Mm-hmm.
That's the word for this campaign. Svelte.
Svelte.
I'll take that over undulating.
It's less cursed sounding.
Just a little less cursed.
But yeah, they'll walk in and just be like, kind of like look around at all the plants. Ooh, pretty. I assume it's like late afternoon, so they're like, this is a weird time for someone to enter a plant shop.
But I don't know. Afternoon after work, you probably have some people swinging by.
Mm-hmm. Is Sasha there?
She's probably like behind the counter, like watching everyone. Like, you fucking drop it, you're gonna buy it. I swear I'll break your legs.
Okay.
She's like, there's like a new sign up on the like
break
front of
it,
the
you
counter.
buy
You
it.
break it, you buy it.
Amazing. So yeah, they'll just kind of like look around and be like, ooh, pretty flower. Not touching it. Just like looking.
No. Look at the chick behind the counter. Look her dead in her eye and do the whole "I'm not touching you" to some of the stuff.
Absolutely not.
Slide it off the counter like a cat.
I feel like she's like has her back turned for a minute, and then I look and it's like the recognition all at once. You.
Me?
Yeah, you were the one with the weird dog.
I don't have a dog.
Then what the hell is that? They like pull out their phone like, the hell is that?
That's Smoochums.
That's a cute name for such a hellhound.
Can I help
just-
you?
Look. I'll cut to the chase. I saw those people there that you were walking, and they looked like assholes. Just want to make sure everyone's all right here. No one's coming to kick down a door or anything.
I didn't kill them. I'm assuming they got to wherever they needed to go safely.
At that point, the door opens.
Damn, Robert, you got here fast.
Robert, you have arrived. Well, he drove. He wasn't walking.
I drove, dude. In comparison to you walking, I drove my way.
It's hilarious. Did like a power walk / jog.
Yeah, but you had a head start versus me, and I had like probably a good 30+ minutes sitting at the malt shop.
That's fair.
So yeah, you had at least an hour to get there before me.
Took me the whole hour to get there.
Yeah, probably.
It's like 10 minutes for you.
Took a back road.
Probably. Yeah, no, he would have popped in and just looked around. Like, oh, all right, good. Doesn't look like any damage so far.
You see the woman behind the
Expecting
counter.
it.
She looks like the one from the video. She's talking to somebody.
Can I help you?
I like turned to like so that she has direct eye contact with this person.
Right. Hi. You might not remember me too much, Mr. Jones. I did a little bit of renovation work for your grandparents at one point here at this shop. It seems everything's going all right. Yeah. You know that there's a buzz about you right now, right?
I'll say you're viral.
No, I'm not sick.
No, that's not what he meant by that, dear.
But
Anyway, long story short, I'm not even going to be polite about this. The simple fact of those beloved assholes that you dealt with earlier, I happen to know where they're currently staying. They're actually next to the job site we're currently working at. So, there's that kind of fun. On top of that, he'll kind of come in closer and just kind of dull down, like not enough to like. I'm guessing since they're the only three in there, he'll just kind of dull it down so if they're the grandparents are the back, they don't hear him. It's like, I have a feeling they're trying to threaten your grandparents by doing some type of protection racket ordeal. At least that's what I overheard one of the loudmouths talking about.
Behind, like, turns around. I'll be back. Where were they at?
Your grandmother's like, "Where are you going?"
He starts to get slightly pale and he's just like, yes, the fancy
Smooch
granddaughter. Right. Well, it's gonna be a bit of a walk. Would you like a ride? There's plenty
No.
of room. You sure about that?
I'm very good at walking.
I have no doubt. Okay. He'll be like, give me just a second. Okay, here we go. And he'll mouth off where he's working at and be like, it's the one off to the left.
Have a good day. And she like grabs Smoochums and starts walking again.
hey, wait. I'll go with you.
You have any
Oh.
experience killing?
Wait, ma'am? What? Pardon?
I don't believe I stuttered. I was very clear.
No,
don't, but I can be very convincing.
No, I heard you. Okay.
Threatening my grandparents, I mean, that seems an appropriate response, right?
To a degree, yes. You know what? I feel even more responsible. I'm coming along. Besides,
Oh.
if anything happens, I can probably cover it up as construction accident, but that's beside the point.
Insurance cake takes over.
Yes, it's a 100% accident. Promise. We'll go with this one.
OSHA violations intensify.
My OSHA brain. I haven't worked since March. My OSHA brain is gone.
Don't worry. OSHA violation will kick in the second you see someone come on a job site and they're not wearing steel toe.
Oh yeah.
I didn't plan on leaving bodies. I mean, Smoochums could eat at least one or two of them.
There's probably more than that, given the people that they were with.
Yeah, there's like an entire frat house next door,
The
unfortunately.
two of you notice when she talks about Smoochums eating one or two of them, his little hippo tail just starts wagging.
That was strange feeling he's done that before.
She just doesn't say anything.
I'm going to take that silence as yes. And I'm also going to keep that silent to anyone else.
So, should we go or should we wait for them to come here?
Well, I don't think the grandparents are going to be very receptive of their granddaughter doing that. So
Probably not.
And he's probably watching as she's probably inched more and more out the doors. Like, well,
Like,
she's not stopping, and I just told her where to go. So might as
yeah,
well
that's
not
probably
slow
a bad idea on your part, but it's okay. Adventure, let's go.
up. All right, let's have fun with this, I guess.
She doesn't really know how to behave. Okay.
No, you're fine.
Good.
This man is literally just sitting here thinking.
Someone. This is fine.
This man's literally thinking, my God, I think I have just unleashed a small typhoon and I do not know how to board up the house. All right.
You have told 220-somethings that this is where their enemy is.
Look, to this man, all he knows enemy-wise is these are just some loudmouth hooligans that was annoying him blaring music while he was working. And music he didn't care to listen to.
Well, the music's going to go away now, I guess. Let's go. We'll start walking.
Y'all start walking. I'm just like, hops back in his work truck, drives over there. So he'll look at your character deck and be like, you want to lift? Might be faster.
I'm good. I like her. She has a very cool style.
She's interesting. Might be a sweetheart. Not sure just yet.
Probably not. Makes it even more fun. Let's go find out.
His face, though.
He's all right. Well, do that now.
Why don't you go to the construction site and just meet us there? We'll be over there.
Yeah, I'll act like I'm just coming back to finish up a few things.
Finishing up a job. You're good. You're look. No court will convict you. It's fine.
You say this now, but sure.
His last words.
Yeah, famous
Hold
last
my
words.
rat.
And they'll walk with Sasha.
Yeah, no, Robert's driving. He'll just get back to the house he's doing the renovations on and just act inconspicuous.
Smoochums kind of looks over at you, hilarious, as you step up.
Hi.
But Sasha doesn't react negatively to you, so neither does Smoochums.
Mm-hmm.
Remind me, is Smoochums male or female?
I hadn't picked.
Oh, okay. It's not important. You just whatever you come over.
Yeah. He's puppy.
Is puppy.
Or Sasha might have no idea.
Sasha might not have checked. She's not exactly sure how to gender a hippo. There's
Do you sex them like a croc? Or is there some other way for hippos? And which one do you do for this?
So I just got this mental image of like this giant thing, just like size of like a small like mobile home, and then Sasha's over like just is puppy.
Is puppy.
Who's your good pup? Who's your good Smoochums?
And I'm
Sitting
picturing
there brushing his teeth.
Smoochums as big as large dog size. Is that big enough or
Yeah.
is okay?
Yeah, large dog size. Not like, Mini Cooper or anything.
Like the Mabaris from Dragon Age.
Yeah,
No idea what that is, but I'll assume other people do.
big.
I'll show you.
Like
We'll show you a picture later.
like Mastifound size.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's big puppy.
Those are a hoss.
Uh-huh.
I got some buddies that have one. It's not full grown yet, but when it is, it and their Rottweiler are already denting the walls in their house.
Oh no.
That is not bueno.
They're
That is
sweet
not
dogs.
bueno
They're
at
just large.
Oh yeah, no, they're
And drool machines.
Anyway, so y'all are making y'all's way down there.
Mhm.
How do I rope the other two characters into this?
You know what you're doing.
Connor,
Yes.
you get a
I mean-
text.
Honestly, Connor goes out and fights thugs just for fun. So
You know,
It's
that's
text.
fair.
Like that's part of his thing. Is he helps keep the area around his grandpa's dojo clean of thugs. So he goes out and he just fights. Yeah, that's a big dog. It's a big dog. Well, when he's like in between, like helping teach at the dojo and doing his stunt movie gigs.
But those are intermittent. So,
Yeah, they pay very well, but they're intermittent.
so you've been kind of patrolling the neighborhood.
hmm
Most folks kind of know that you do that.
Yeah.
So, it's of late you haven't really had to you haven't really had to do much. You've just kept letting
Mhm.
yourself be seen. So everybody knows that you're still around.
Occasionally sits up on a rooftop and just like long pokes somebody who's starting something.
So while you're up on a rooftop,
hmm
That Manning.
He has literally full. So he can get up there just fine. Just do.
now you say Batman, you're just doing this as Connor. You don't have like a
No.
you don't put like a
He
bandana
doesn't-
on so nobody knows who you are.
No, he doesn't. He's just doing it as Connor. Just he just hits people hard
Glasses
enough
on.
that I don't know who's there. Yeah. No. Yeah, he just does it as Connor.
The monkey suit is when he gets legend status.
No, that's when he pops the tail.
I mean, who knows?
I don't know if you get that at Hero, but at least by the time you start hitting demigod, you start having physical manifestations when you do your stuff.
Yeah.
So I could easily see him having a tail at some point. Maybe not all
Probably.
the time, but when he's doing stuff.
Put a bell on it.
That'd be a bad idea. He just sits next to somebody going dig 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 dig.
Is this annoying you? What about now?
Now?
Is it? No. Or is it? Yes. Then why'd you put the bell on it?
So anyway, you see, there's people walking about. It's getting close to dark by this point.
Yeah.
You see a couple people coming down the road. You actually recognize one of them. It's a fella you spoke to earlier today. With him is a woman, and at a distance, you just thought they were walking a big dog. And then you realize that's not a dog.
Puppy.
You don't know what it is, but you're pretty sure it's not natural.
Yeah. As just probably ahead of them, Pole just goes down into the ground. He just slides down it.
Hey. Oh, it's Monkey Man.
Sup?
Monkey man.
I mean, just did that, so hey, we're gonna beat people up.
As the
Keeps
pole
walking past them.
as the pole shrinks down to a pin and he pockets it. Who we beating up? He just falls in line.
No questions asked. Trust me, he's good at
He-
this.
He found somebody that has connections to the supernatural. He's just, we're
He's been
good, let's go.
He's been looking for that for months.
He has, yeah.
They threatened my grandparents. I'm going to go, I suppose, beat them up.
Well,
Killing isn't exact. Is killing frowned upon?
A little bit.
usually, yeah. I mean, I usually,
That's a
you
shame.
know, I usually cripple them and send them to the police department tied up in their underwear atop flagpoles, but, you know.
Mm.
I don't, but I like this. I like traveling in a group of whatever this is.
Band?
That's a stupid name.
We'll get there.
You're both very confusing, and she just keeps walking.
I'm
Tellarius
good at
has a Tellarius has a just a little pea shooter on them. Not like it's nothing fancy, it's just in case.
as Connor's kind of like skipping ahead a little bit, just whistling to himself. So, where are we going?
Rattles off the address. A gentleman came into my grandparents' shop and said that there were people here that came in and broke some items this morning and are apparently trying to extort my grandparents for money, and I'm going to go take care of this.
Now I'm helping.
And they decided to do that in the neighborhood that I patrol.
Clearly, you don't patrol it very well.
Technically, her grandparents' shop is probably just a smidge past where you tend to patrol.
Yeah.
It's out of your range.
Well, it's a little out of my range, but I could probably swing by and add it to the list.
He does a lot of running.
Why?
It's fun. Besides,
No.
there isn't really any terrain that can stop me. At least not normal terrain.
I like have his YouTube videos up, like kind of like showing it to her as we're
Like
walking.
looking at it, like, what? Why would you even run up a building? That seems. There's
Oh, no,
stairs
this
inside.
this one's water.
Oh, it was. Oh, why didn't you just take the bridge?
I like the straightforward route. Besides, I'll have to pay for the ferry if I can just run across it.
Jason, like there's a ferry in here now.
One
makes sense
lake
that
in
there
the
would
middle of Nebraska. We have a ferry.
I mean, sometimes I do take the bridge. I'm usually like on top of it.
You see why he's called Monkey Man now?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, I like to perch on things. Don't judge me.
Birds usually perch more than monkeys. Why isn't he just called Birdman?
Because I am not an avian, dear.
Neither are you a monkey.
Tell that to the rest of the human genome.
I don't know what that means.
I'm just going to. And she just keeps walking. You're both
She, like,
very confusing.
increases her gait.
Connor just easily keeping up.
All right. All right. So y'all are making y'all's way.
Mm-hmm.
Jaden,
Mm-hmm.
how do I get you to join this parade? So you have finished up with police. You're walking home.
I have a car too.
No, she walks
Okay.
everywhere.
She had
I am literally the only
Wait a minute.
one.
I just realized something.
Yes.
Vampire, it was everybody but Sarah's character that had a car.
I got a car.
Eventually. And now it's everybody but Duba walks.
No, Alexander didn't have a car.
Yeah.
But he couldn't actually get out on the street either.
He
Not
could,
You could drive.
but
You know what I
He
mean?
didn't have a car.
Heavily tinted windows.
It still amuses me.
Yeah, essentially, I'm the only one that's driving. The rest of you lots just like, no, we walking. It's like, okay.
Dad, can I get a ride?
Anyway,
I mean,
Can
honestly,
you
it's somewhat
drop everyone off at the mall?
so Jaden is walking home. Police finally finished up.
With her dog, Spruce. She of course keeps the dog with her at all times. It was just outside during the entire thing.
Because it is not a service animal.
Exactly.
I had forgotten that you're taking a pet in this one as well.
we all can technically.
Mhm.
You just wait. I'm gonna get me a dragon.
Don't let him get a dragon.
I don't
Not
plan to.
not two straight campaigns with a dragon.
No.
You already have one dragon. You don't need two.
Though I do have a dragon up on my shelf back here, so
Yeah, I do see that.
Yeah, but that's Tiamat.
And
Not
what
too
and
much.
what is Tiamat?
Fair enough.
A goddess, and this is Scion. But anyway, so you're walking home with your dog, or Jaden is walking home with her dog,
Mm-hmm.
and you see a mass of people. So it looks like the woman's walking at the distance. It looks like the woman's walking her dog. There's another guy just jabbering away a mile a minute from the looks of it, and there's somebody else that seems to be trying to show everybody stuff on his phone.
They're definitely like trying to like sneak a selfie every now and again.
As you get closer, you recognize her dog is not a dog. You don't know what it is. You kind of recognize what the composite pieces are. It's got an alligator or crocodile head, which they don't live anywhere near this far north. The lion's mane, and then it's got like the hippo-like body.
Boop, boop, boop.
Your dog, Bruce, you said his name was?
Bruce. With an
Yep.
S. Bruce.
Bruce.
Broos.
Spruce.
Oh, Spruce. Spruce. I was putting a B in front of it.
I
Okay.
keep hearing Bruce.
Yeah.
That's right. Spruce like the tree. I remember having this conversation last week.
Oh, me remembering this is the Cerberus pup, isn't it?
Yes. This
Oh,
is.
that's right. It's got 2 heads. Or does it have 3?
Well, that is the very odd
No,
thing.
the thing is, this one, despite the fact that it says one of the heads is always irritated, when you read it, it doesn't have 3 heads. Which is
That's
weird.
We could say it has.
I think the one of the 3 heads is always irritated is for Cerberus itself.
No, this was for the puppies.
Oh, we'll look into that more later.
Yeah, it says that she breeds them, and just to be warned or beware that one of the heads is always irritated when you have one of the puppies. So the puppies technically are supposed to have 3 heads, but when you read it, it doesn't. It has the body of let's see if I can find it, because it explained the puppy thoroughly.
We're gonna get to the end of the campaign. There's gonna be some errata for this. I swear to God.
Actually, I'll look after session tonight.
Okay.
So anyway,
Well,
oh, go ahead.
we'll see if it does. If you want it to have 3 heads, that's fine.
I
Just
think the
gotta-
pup in the PDF isn't specifically a Cerberus pup. It's named something else. But
No, it's called. It's a Cerberus because she breeds the 3-headed dog. Hades is 3-headed dog.
We'll dig into that in more detail later.
fair enough.
Any which way you look at it, Bruce is something a little weird, so he's not going to freak out too bad at the sight of a crocodile hippo line. How big is Bruce?
That is what I'm getting to, because it gives a description in the PDF of what type of dog it actually looks like.
Okay.
So give me a
I think they're
second to
both big boys.
let me get to that.
But anyway, you see this group off at a distance, and like I said, as you get closer, you realize that's not a dog. And they are walking with purpose. Now you have something of a social media presence yourself, don't you?
Mm-hmm. She does.
This is their icon system doing this.
So assuming you keep up with other folks in the city, Telarius you'd probably recognize as you get closer.
Oh, you're all the naturey stuff, right?
She like kind of side eyes him. What is it to you?
I just recognized it from the internet. That's it.
Hmm.
The two
do
animals are
stuff
sniffing at each other.
Another one. Sweet.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You'll find out.
Monkey boy, he's looking like the cat that ate the canary. Oh, finally.
Actually, yeah, that's probably his expression. He's just like, yes.
We're gonna beat up some frat boys. Would you like to join us?
Which frat boys?
The ones from Alpha Delta Omega.
Is that their name?
That's the name of the fraternity.
Oh. I'm just along to beat something up.
She's gonna pull out a picture of the hat. Person wearing
I'm
the
also
hat.
gonna pull out a picture with the
This
hat.
one?
Yeah.
Dang, these guys get around.
A little bit.
Why has your law enforcement not put a stop to this?
They
Eh.
just
Well, they
started. I just
before.
told them I just got out of the police station.
They're
Cops.
they're extorting people for money.
If they don't know about it, then they can't do
They don't
anything
know about it.
about
They're
it.
not doing their job.
Cops, schmops. That's what this one's here for.
What?
Pointing at Connor.
I mean, yeah. I kind of keep my neighborhood safe.
Moving on.
Keep going. And Rap, it sounds like you may get to choose whether your dog has multiple heads or not. If it's got multiple heads, one of them's going to be a little ill-tempered.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, when I read it, I'm trying to find it right now. For the life of me, I cannot find.
Well, Sarah posted something in the Discord.
Page.
The hero one starts on page 296.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That one says Kerberos. Oh, from Cerberus itself. Okay. It's just...
Yeah.
It's just spelled differently.
Yeah, that's why it's spelled differently, but it is one of the pups.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're the size of an overlarge mastiff, so both these animals are the size of big mastiffs.
Yeah.
Big puppies.
Yeah. None of these pets are tiny.
Connor's just over here just grinning.
What's with you?
Oh, nothing. It's just nice to have folks this time.
Okay. I don't know either, but he seems energetic. I'll go with it.
Yes, even with a broad bill, even when I thought they said even though. Okay, even when they do not possess. Okay. Okay, I haven't decided if I wanted them to have like 2 or 3 heads. Huh.
I'm just picturing the Cerberus from Hades.
Yeah, basically, like that's. I'm like, oh, little Cerberus babies, adorable puppy.
Well, that's an interesting thing to note. Is it does say at the end that Hades and Persephone do drop in and go, "The fuck!" if you
if you
mistreat them.
mistreat. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, because they don't usually hand them out like, oh, free candy, you know.
Here's a piece of candy. Here's a piece of candy. Sorry.
But apparently, Artemis was able to get one away from, convince them to give her one that she then gave you.
Yeah.
Something was owed.
Oh yes, in all likelihood.
Yeah, he'll have like 3 heads. Yeah, that's what I imagined when I first read it. When I first found the first one, I'm like, oh, little puppy with 3 heads. So now massive with 3 heads.
Hilarious takes a picture of it.
So eventually, assuming that you travel with it at this point,
I mean, she was basically going to get them back, especially that one guy. So yeah, she'll travel.
So eventually, you get to the work site Robert had given you directions to. His truck's parked in the driveway. In this extra time you've had, Robert, what have you done once you got back to the work site?
He would have pretty much taken the time, make it look like, like if anyone were to like walk up on him, he would just be convincing of, oh, there was one small project I didn't think needed to wait till tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and knock it out now. And he'll have like just random tools and just supplies kind of strode on his truck like he's about to go do something.
Well, like I said, there's nobody living here currently. They're remodeling the house when they moved in, so the work site itself is empty. So you still hear some commotion from next door.
Yeah. He hears commotion, so he knows in case like one of the frat boys gets nosy and it's like, hey, what are you doing? It's like, hey, calm down, working over here.
You've got your cover story set up. They're playing their music pretty loud. And you hear them making noise. It sounds like they're having a bit of a party.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe that's just every night for them. You're not really sure.
Oh yeah. But he would also like kind of piddle in his work truck and like open one little special compartment. You'll see him like he'll slide out what looks like a nice little almost silver to kind of granite marble looking case. Open it up and it's just a nice pistol just kind of sitting in some foam, just like, well, hopefully I don't have to need to use this, but
I keep that MF thing on me.
I keep the thing on me.
Now, is the gun registered like it should be, or is it unregistered? Just asking for a friend.
How do you register a weapon of the gods?
I was just to say, how do you register a weapon of the gods? That is a good question.
Well, now, if it's something like that, then yeah, it's probably not.
Oh yeah, no.
Something like Talarius's pea shooter.
Yeah.
I think his is just a pistol, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just a pistol. It's just a regular old gun.
I love the question. How does one register a weapon of the gods?
At a church?
No, I think even though I did at the beginning, I did think about using the Giant's Bane. I ended up going with the gun of was it Tyrfing? Tyrfing. It's a gun that never rusts, never misses. Let's see, never rusts.
Did you ever get the stats for that?
It's something we can do after session.
Yeah, it's something we can do after a session. I don't think at the time it
Add it
showed
to the
me that.
list.
Yep, add to the list.
Beat,
Yeah, he is.
beat up frat place. Oh, good.
Yep, frat boy time.
All right, finally, the crew shows up. But there's like 2 extra people and an extra dog now.
Oh yeah, no, he's gonna be like, he'll like close the case and just slide it back, and like they'll probably see him like latch the compartment. He'll just look over. You're new.
Made friends.
You're new. I see this.
The big dog sitting there. Two of the heads are just just panting. The other one's kind of at you.
The dog's adorable. Remind me later. I'll see if I can't buy it a steak. Oh, right, 2 steaks. That's right. Yeah. And
3 steaks.
okay.
The growling
okay,
head
3.
stops growling.
And like, right. So
Long
you
story short, we all have beef with these people, apparently. Except for him. He just wants to fight.
well, he'll
What's up?
stop and he'll see the woman by the dog. Wait. At the mall at the
Which
pawn
woman
shop.
beside which dog?
There are 2 women besides dogs.
The woman beside the 2-headed dog.
3.
3-headed dog.
Oh, we did choose 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he'll be like, okay, so you're new, but I recognize you. Wait, what do I recognize you? Oh, you're
It's
the
the YouTube.
person in the video, the one that was dodging those idiots. Okay, I recognize you now. You, on the other hand, I
What?
don't know you.
Me?
Yes, forgive me. I don't go through social media too much, so I'm sure you are famous in some regard. I just don't know you off the top of my head. I apologize.
He walks on water.
Hi, Connor. What's up?
Pleasure, Robert.
So-
So,
He cracks his knuckles. You doing this or what?
Sure.
If we must, he'll think about it for a second. He's like, you know what?
I have an idea, and they walk off. They walk towards the.
What?
Just follow my lead. They're walking towards the entrance of the frat house.
Okay, so basically off the property, kind of around the,
Off the property,
end of the security
around,
fence
and yeah.
or privacy fence.
Should I leave Smoochums here?
Yeah, you may want to do that. Hey, but Robert thinks about it for a second. He's like, I know I didn't think I need it, but he walks back over, pulls the pistol, just kind of tucks it. Just like, yeah, I'm bringing this in just in case.
From where they are, they hear a very loud. I assume they have like a little one of those little like speakers that does like they like call page.
Do what now?
Do they have one of those like little call speakers like page? in the
Sure.
house?
This is a nice
Like a ring
neighborhood.
doorbell?
Yeah. So they do that, and if they hear anyone answer, the people, the rest of the band hears, "Ow! Y'all got room for another?"
Oh Lord.
Door. A second later, you hear somebody inside. Oh yeah, we always got room for more. Guy kind of flings the door open, looks down at you.
Hey, I already have my phone out like this. I'm over here with Alpha Delta Omega. We're about to have the best party we're about to have. They're like making sure to hold the door open. Now hold on, I got some friends, but go make yourselves at home. I'll bring them in.
Do I know? He's looking
You've
at
seen
you.
me on the internet. It's fine.
He's like,
I'm
you
very confused.
do look familiar.
I'll roll precision.
Sure, you're an alpha dog though.
Yeah, you heard me bark. Ow!
I know
Give
exactly
me a
what Connor's
roll.
gonna do if this doesn't work.
Give me a roll. Let's see how well you can bluff this guy.
roll.
Persuasion
Uh-huh.
and
Manipulation.
manipulation.
Let's see. Persuasion. Do I get a? Because it's my thing. Do I get the +1 to it?
As long remember the way the enhancements work.
Uh-huh.
You get that +1 as long as you get at least one success on the roll.
Okay.
One
So it's
success
automatic.
becomes 2, basically.
Gotcha.
But it doesn't
3
mean that you
successes?
necessarily succeed every time you try.
Sure. So 3 successes, and then I have a. It's my specialty.
Now, hang on. Does that give you a?
I'm not sure.
Is that an extra
special-
dice thing, or is that the automatic
Well, it's
enhancement?
an automatic. I rolled it, and it didn't ask me. It didn't prompt me for plus dice, so I'm assuming it's
A specialty adds an enhancement one
Okay,
to
that's what I
Okay.
thought. That's
if
what I
you're
thought.
if you're doing anything that involves it.
cool.
All right, let me see. What does a frat boy roll?
And then I also have a 1 enhancement in applicable roles where I am attempting to get someone to relax, calm down, or be welcoming to me.
Okay, and he is not a.
Oh, so you get +2.
Uh-huh.
Enhancement 2.
And he don't get a success at all, so he's completely bothered.
Yeah, I'm louder with my howls, trying to be like, "Come on, you fucking idiots."
Connor
Like,
just
if
was
they see the doors wide open with me just there with my phone, like going live or something.
Connor just shrugs. And just,
When you
Walks up.
howl like that, you have some other people from further in the house. They hear the howl, and they respond with the
They
howl.
join in.
And then over the next yard, Spruce, at least one of Spruce's heads, responds. Somebody in the house. Is that an actual dog?
yeah.
And all the frat boys seem to find it pretty funny.
Nah, make yourselves comfortable. I'll be over there in a sec. I still let my friends in.
All right, cool, man. Just the door behind you.
Yeah.
Connor just
No.
walks up.
Does everyone else follow Connor? Or is Connor just being by himself?
Sasha will follow, but she's like, I'm very confused as to what this plan is, but
Don't worry about it.
Connor would not Connor. Wow, I am confusing names already. Robert would probably just
Your own
stick
name
to
at that.
Yeah, I know. Sad, isn't it? He'd probably just like stick to the back, like I'm just gonna be the last guy to come in, be fine, right?
I think there's going to be a problem when 2 ladies walk in. It's a
Oh, yeah.
frat house.
Oh no, I have the doors closed, so I'm waiting for them to like come to the door.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so everybody groups up on the porch.
Mhm.
Who's taking their animals? Who's leaving their animals behind?
I don't want Puppy to get hurt.
Jaden's
Uh.
bringing hers because it's 3 heads. Why not?
Yeah, it's got a head of a crocodile. She's
It's got the body of a hippo. Can probably take a hit.
oh yeah, hippos are the most deadly creatures like on the planet.
Yeah.
They really are. Not
She's-
even kidding.
She like leans down, like kind of scratching Smoochum's cheeks, like stay on the porch until I call for you.
Sit, boo, sit.
Does anyone knock on the door?
Well, you're the one that talked to him.
I have it. No, I have it closed, so I'm like trying to.
I thought you kept it open for us to
no.
get in.
No, I kept the door closed
He told the other guy he was going to.
because I'm on the other side. But I told him to go get drinks.
Okay. I misunderstood.
She'll like if it's like partially cracked, she'll like stick her like hand around, like trying to push it open.
I see a hand. I'm like, there y'all are. Okay. This is gonna be really loud, so get ready to do whatever you're gonna do. Ready? 3, 2.
What is going to be loud?
Open the door. All right, you bastards! It's time to fight.
They all seem surprised. 2 of the guys stand up and point. One of them goes, "It's the creep from the flower shop."
I'll say,
The other one goes, "It's the bee from the restaurant."
and then Connor just waltzes in, just all swag, just cracking knuckles, like, "All right, attention, all bitches, line up and get pimp slapped in order."
So they're up. One guy basically knocks the coffee table over as he stands up. Just he had a couple of guys playing pool over on one side, so they've got pool sticks.
Also, I was totally playing on their whole alpha dog thing when I just called all of them bitches.
None of them seem to be particularly happy about that. A couple of them just seem to be surprised, and they're like kind of freeze, like.
I guess I'm starting this.
I know Connor definitely won.
I didn't know if we were like if there's any kind of like order of.
There is initiative in this game.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is initiative, yeah.
All right. A
Mine's
character's
not-
initiative pool is equal to the character's best combat-related skill plus cunning.
Oh, maybe I am.
So whatever combat
2d3.
skill is your best plus your cunning.
So, that's the roll we're making.
Okay,
Right.
wait, what would be
Wait.
considered a
Okay.
combat skill?
Yeah.
Is it the physical?
So I'd say like either close combat or firearms, since those are skills.
Oh, that's a nice artwork. All right, let me pull up the. Let's see. Close combat would definitely count. Firearms would definitely count.
Okay.
So,
Looks like that's pretty much the two. It's like everything's pretty well just.
Mhm.
I'll go with the one that I have a specialty in.
Alrighty.
That would
Alright,
probably be the one you're
so-
better at. Yeah.
Well,
Why
they're
do I
both
do
at
that?
they're both a 1 star or 1 dot, but there's one that's X,
Cunning.
there's one that isn't.
And
Same for me, so I'll do that.
That's fair.
So what is it? You're with cunning? Okay.
I'm just trying to double check why I have athletics checked, but I don't have anything in it. I think I might have just accidentally clicked it, but I'm just double checking.
Mhm.
so wait, the athletics counts as well?
Hmm.
Or is
Or
it like
just close combat firearms?
Close
what
combat or
we're doing.
firearms.
Okay, never
Okay.
mind. I have a 0 on both.
So it's mainly whatever your cunning is.
I basically I have like 3 in firearms and I still like fail. No successes. So I guess I go last.
Damn, that's a lot of successes there, Duba.
For a guy that doesn't want to fight, you sure want to fight.
Yeah.
It's because everyone else is being loud. Everyone in the room is completely befuddled, but him. He's like, the youth.
He's like-
Children.
All
He's like,
right.
He's like crap. All right.
Okay,
Fuck.
so what y'all got? You've got a slot at 3, and another slot at 3. Oh
do
wait,
we?
I'm roll up. No, I'm looking way too high on the rolls. I'm looking at previous rolls.
I think it starts with that cunning roll for Jeremy.
Yeah,
Uh,
Yeah,
me,
yes.
firearms. All right.
I
me,
rolled
and, me
0.
and so did I.
So Deca got a 0.
I'm busy like filming
Rap
everything.
got a 0.
I like
Sarah
fumble the
got
phone.
a
And like, oh,
1.
Me being the one that, like they're saying, that doesn't want to do combat. Oh, hey, you're the one with the highest. Good luck.
And
Mhm.
2. All right. So the way this works
Mhm.
is you have what you have done here is generate initiative slots. So you've got a slot at 4, then that slot at 2, then a slot at 1. My guys rolled 1 success. Since they're basically all mooks, kind of the stat wise, basically the same. They just roll for as
Mhm.
1. Other times I may split them up into groups and roll for 2 groups, or if there's different types of opponents, they'll roll individually. It's kind of like D&D does a lot of times,
mhm.
where you kind of group similar guys together. But they rolled 1 success, so they've also got a slot at 1. But in ties, you favor the players.
Vinny, come on, buddy boy.
That's antagonist. And then you've got 2 slots at 0. So what that essentially means is your side has 3 turns or 3 actions before the bad guys get their action, and then 2 afterwards. You can assign those slots to whichever character you want to.
Interesting.
Decker rolled really high. Duba rolled really high. But he could let
But
one of the
neither
people that rolled the
players
0 be the one that actually goes
Yeah.
first. That is a party the party discusses and decides how they want to split that up.
Gotcha.
I'm going to let y'all discuss that while I run to the little boy's room real quick. I got to stop drinking some soda.
Oh, and
I'm
that
drinking tea and I'm the same way. Don't worry.
makes me curious of which one of you lovely souls would like to actually go first. Since I'm the one bringing up the rear, I have to pass through all of you.
More than likely, Monkey Man.
Let me at him.
Put me in, coach. Taps on shoulder. Go, son.
Olé!
Kabong!
Mm-hmm.
Kabong!
Mm-hmm.
That's where I have it.
Hmm.
From Sneak.
Okay. He is confused because he is special boy.
What is it, Vincent?
I say, Sasha will go at any point, but I'm also going to step away, mostly to throw laundry in the dryer.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, I literally got everything besides the thing. There's still 1, 2, 3, 4.
Send the
So we're gonna
dogs.
have extra coins left over.
No, you're talking about the event?
Uh-huh.
Send the dogs.
All right, so what have we decided?
I'm going first.
We've voluntold the Monkey Man.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just looking at
pretty
the
much.
ring at the range table, just so I'm looking through the attack thing. I love how like it says extreme range and all that. Weapons, missiles, naval rail guns, heavy artillery. I'm just like,
Wait, that's something you could have?
No, it's something you can
Yeah.
be shot with.
Oh, I was about
Yeah.
to say, I was like, wait. Because I'm playing my character all wrong.
I want a rail gun.
Right?
I can probably shoot a railgun.
All right, so attack resolution. Oh, excuse me. Attack action phase. We're gonna go through this in detail. Once initiative is rolled, the round begins. When it is a character's turn to act, they can either take one simple or one mixed action, though they may only attack once per turn. Reflexive actions can be taken at any time, even if it's not your character's turn. So if somebody shoots at you, you get to dodge, kind of thing.
Right.
Or actually, you just have defenses in this.
I guess there's defenses.
That's right.
And then there's reflexive knacks that do special things.
Yeah, the knacks are the ones where you may actually get actions.
Yeah.
Actually, where is the character's defense listed?
Is there something similar to like Bardic Inspiration? Because that's kind of what I'm feeling right now. Or is that like a knack I have to take?
It's probably a knack you'd have to take.
I know there's a knack and some boon powers that do that later on, but
So it's a lot of hilarious, just like recording everyone and being like, "You get him."
So really, it's just him being bossy, or them being bossy.
A little bit.
All right. Activating a knack is reflexive unless stated otherwise. They represent activities that take little to no time, such as dropping, looking around, retrieving an object from a holster, moving no faster than a character's maximum speed. So you can move and attack essentially. Simple actions cover anything that would occupy a character's full attention, such as stabbing an ice golem in the heart. Mixed action is what a character when they're doing two things at once, basically. And if you do a mixed action, you roll the smaller of the two dice pools for the action, and you have to split successes between both of the actions. So, a little bit harder to do.
Hmm.
All right, but as far as attack resolution, and I assume, well, Connor, what are you doing?
Going to the nearest guy.
Decking them.
All right, so you declare your target, nearest guy.
Yeah, nearest frat boy.
Everybody in the room's a frat boy other than y'all.
Yeah.
Choose your dice pool.
Dice pool will be... Now, for martial arts, would you consider that more of a might or dexterity attribute?
Depends on what the style you're using.
That's
Are you
fair.
being more of a monk or are you being more of a monkey?
Well, he's using his martial arts.
Taekwondo
So-
strikes me as probably more dex oriented.
Okay. fair
Yeah,
enough.
because it's
So,
not hard strikes, it's just pressure points.
So it would be dexterity, close combat.
The targets declare a defensive action they wish to take and roll for a defensive action.
Which gives me 4 successes because I have enhancement 2.
Okay.
1 because of my specialty in Taekwondo, and 1 because I'm in melee.
All right. So that's 2 successes. Oh, that you rolled, and then you said you were at
4.
plus 1. Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
I'm at 4
Plus 1 for
total.
this and plus 1 for this other one. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. His defense is, I believe, a 2.
Character's standard defense is 1. And
oh, you're
can
right. You're right.
defend to increase the difficulty.
I was looking at the wrong stat thing earlier. But yes, so
Yeah.
this guy's defense is a 1. So that means you got 3 extra successes.
Uh-huh.
Let's see, your target is a range, make an attack roll. Total your successes, adding enhancements to the total. Spend successes to overcome the target's defense. So you had to spend 1 for that. So like I said, leaves you 3 extras. Spend additional successes on stunts.
Yes.
Now, oh, come on. I thought stunts were listed on
They're-
the...
They're under attacking. in
Well,
the
I've got
PDF.
I've got the like story guide screen up, and I thought
Ah.
the combat stunts would be listed, but I'm not seeing them. That's agitating. That's kind of what I bought this thing for. For useful information.
It is on page 116 of the Origin PDF.
116.
Bottom right
Okay.
corner.
Ah, yes.
Also 117. But it just continues on through there.
It was actually the page I had pulled up on the iPad.
Mhm.
I just had not noticed that over in the other corner. All right, so stunts that you could do. You could inflict damage, deal an injury condition to your target. Obviously, you're going to want to do at least one of those.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, inflicting damage is a 0 success unless they're wearing armor.
mhm. So you'll inflict 1 damage.
Yeah, so
Then there's things like blinding, breaking up a grapple, critical. Though you don't have enough left for critical.
No, I do not.
Disarm.
Is this guy holding a weapon?
This guy is not.
Is not? Okay. I
The guys with the
will...
pool cues are kind of at the back of the room at this point.
Got it. I will spend 1 success to inflict blinding.
Okay.
So, yeah, so basically he'll just, like, hit the guy in the solar plexus, and as he's doubled over, just 2 fingers just up into his eyes.
So basically, yeah, as he starts to bend over, you just Three Stooges him.
Yep.
Basically.
That sounds about right.
And he'll just sort of take a sort of like a half step back, just bouncing on his the balls of his feet.
All right, so that is 1 damage to your target.
Yep.
And he has a difficulty of 1 added to his rolls. In the case of this guy, he's not literally completely blinded, but his eyes are
Yeah.
watering now because you just poked him in the eyes.
It's for his next action.
I can hear that through raps.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And
There
I'm
you
much
go.
further away this time.
Yeah, she's a lot further away now.
No dying.
I'm just glad you muted yours. Who knows how loud it would have been.
Okay,
It's
so
fine,
I
I sound like I'm dying all the time.
All right.
so I probably inflicted the bruise condition on him.
Yes.
Okay. Cool beans.
All right. So who's going next?
We didn't think this far ahead.
Come on, people. You were supposed to have this sorted
Question.
out while I was gone.
If I wanted to use like the faint one, it would give someone else an enhancement on their next attack.
Let's see. This is the.
It's on 118. It's part of a stunt. Like what? When it says enhancement, like gives them additional dice or additional successes.
Can't add, as far as I can tell, you can't add dice to your rolls. So I think it's I think it's just enhancements to
Yeah.
results.
So from what I can tell, you still have to make the attack roll,
Mhm.
and then you have to spend however many successes you want.
And it would just add a success to somebody else's.
Yeah. Or to generate enhancement. So basically, if they bypass armor, then however many enhancement points you give them through feint, that's how many extra successes you give them for their attack.
Okay.
Where's Faint listed at?
117. It's the first stunt on that page underneath the grappled tool.
Oh, I got you. So yeah, for every success you spend on. All right. So yeah, you would make the roll like normal, and then that would be the stunt you choose to spend your successes on.
All right, she'll do that. So combat is cunning plus. Wait, no. What would you use for?
What are you trying to do?
Mostly just pull attention.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
She's gonna just call Smoochums in and kind of put Smoochums between her and anyone that would come after.
Well,
Turns, maybe?
if you're attacking with Smoochums,
Well, not attacking, using Smoochums as using Smoochums as kind of a distraction / draw people's
Defense.
attention, like defense.
Mhm.
As far as I can tell, you still need to make the attack roll though to have the successes to
Mhm.
feint.
Yeah.
Right.
Would I roll like manipulation though instead of dexterity or presence?
since you're using the pet / follower, yes. When you've got followers, when you're using followers in combat, you're basically rolling your social stats in combat.
Okay.
It's kind of how you as you're giving orders
Are you
and
doing the
whatnot.
commands? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how pet people kind of work in this.
It's like manipulation and what
Close
else?
combat because
Close combat.
Smoochums doesn't have like a range.
Yeah.
Jumps has a gun.
What do you have? A gun.
Gun!
No.
2 successes,
All right.
which she will pass 1 to the monkey and 1 to the other pet person. Just kind of call Smoochums and like parks in between
Okay.
her and everyone else. Big alligator rumbles.
Smoochums has to come in and act intimidating.
Pretty much like draw the attention, Smoochums. Tiny little 5'6" lady, kind of half behind him.
Tedoris is
Alright.
still like in a corner just recording. That's gonna be their turn, just recording.
Alright, so that is y'all's 4 slot and 2 slot.
Mhm.
Roll for cinematography.
I
Alright.
can.
One
Keeps
more
the
of you
cast.
gets to go before they go. Who's going?
Rapier, Booba.
Rappy. We're
Probably right.
volunteering Rappy. Makes sense in the narrative.
Yeah.
All right, Jaden has been
Uh.
voluntold. They're attacking next, or whatever they're doing.
Okay, so what am I rolling again to like
What are you trying to
hit
do?
somebody? I guess. Is it close combat with something or?
Unless you've got a gun or a crossbow or something.
Yeah, 'cause she carries a crossbow on.
I mean, she might.
They're legal in a lot of
She's-
states.
She is
They're legal in
not gonna
Nebraska,
shoot
probably.
somebody. Not some frat boys. She's not
Not
going
yet.
to jail. She's not going to jail. Okay.
So you move up to punch them then, yeah?
Probably. So I don't have anything in close combat, but let's go.
Are you dexterous?
I have athletics, but firearms is 3. I have more of my attributes for resilience.
Ah. This is unfortunately combat.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, now are you going to run up? Are you running up and attacking the same one Connor attacked, or are you taking another target?
What else do we have? Who doesn't have something on them to attack with?
Everyone
Probably.
except the one Connor's attacking. Nobody else has been attacked yet.
Yeah.
No, I mean, anybody else has a weapon besides the 2 at the pool table?
No, the two at the pool table have their pool sticks. The rest of them are unarmed. You completely got the drop on them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're welcome.
And okay, yeah. So she'll just attack one of the ones closer to her.
Okay.
I'm probably not gonna even pass anything, but it's fine. So what am I doing for my attribute?
It would be your might or dex, depending on kind of what your fighting style is.
Dex is higher than might.
Then you're probably more of an agility fighter.
Yeah.
Especially if you tend to use your rifle. Now, I know in this instance, you said you weren't, shooting anybody. So it would be close combat, assuming you're, actually trying to pummel somebody.
Yeah.
Which is maybe not your greatest.
No, I have no points in close combat.
Still gonna have to roll it, it looks like.
I know.
It's
Kind of gully.
But that still means you're rolling
Um,
4 dice, so.
Yeah. But before that, she will call in Spruce.
All right, he comes running in.
Yeah.
We waltz in. Sup, bitches? Suddenly, dogs.
Basically.
I imagine if you have a good mental stat, you can get
2
spruce.
successes.
Hey!
Very nice.
so you get 3.
Yeah, because I gave you one of my dice.
Yeah.
Something.
Oh, that's right.
So
One
there we go.
His
one
D6
dog
is
charging
1,
after the
so
other dog.
that gives you 2 successes to spend. You can inflict 1 damage on him for free, because that's a 0 cost.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy takes the bruised condition. And that leaves you 2 more that you can spend on close combat attacks. Or stunts, rather.
Mm-hmm.
And that is inflict damage, blinding, break up a grapple. You didn't get enough for critical. If this guy were armed, you could disarm him.
She'll probably blind him.
You could also establish a grapple.
Yeah, but she's not physically strong enough for that, kind of, to hold a grapple. So
Yeah.
she'll blind him.
Now, the skill for grapple is athletics plus might.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that would give me 6 dice to roll.
That's not a bad die pool.
Not at all, because of
I
athletics.
mean, these guys are decent, decently buff, but you can also faint, knock down, trip, Seize, but that's taking something from them. You can shove them. Sunder. Well, that takes 3 successes though. Where you can damage their weapons or gear if they. This guy doesn't have any. I'm just throwing out what you could do.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you like to do with those? We said you had 2 successes, so you've got 1 extra success. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, because they got defense.
2 more. Yeah.
I'll get it sorted out.
Right.
They got a defense of 1, so you have to spend 1 of your successes to get past their defense, which leaves you with 1 success. Inflicting
Okay.
damage is free, so it
Mhm.
leaves you 1 more. So like you could do the blinding if you wanted to.
Actually, she's gonna knock him down.
All right. Knocks your opponent prone where they stand. So yeah, you kind of run up and pop him a good one. He takes kind of half a step back. Stumbles over the coffee table that the one guy had flipped over standing up. And yeah, he just sprawls on his back. Then they'll go. There are 5 guys in the room total.
Mhm.
So it's not the huge crowd that that came to the drive-through. So obviously not everybody's here.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
So the one on Monkey Boy,
Yes.
you've got him pretty pissed.
Fair enough.
So he's kind of rearing back, trying to basically just haymaker, just good old. Ain't had no combat training. You know, I just know how to throw a punch.
Sure.
Holy smokes!
That could be good or bad.
This one was not a success. The rest of
To the
these,
dice
however, were.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so he has 4 successes total.
Okay. Let's see. In response to an attack, player may reflexively roll the highest of her resilience attributes without any skills. So,
And the resilience ones are the ones along the bottom, I believe. Let me look and see how they got arranged. Yes, the ones along the bottom.
Mm.
So that'd be your
So-
resolve, your stamina, or your composure.
okay, so 1 success. So that gives me a defense of 2.
All right. So that is. So it takes 2 just to hit you, period.
Right.
He will, for free, inflict harm on you, so give yourself a bruised.
No, he will not.
Oh, why won't he?
Because I have the tempered knack,
All right. and
which
what does
means
do?
that I baseline have soft armor 1. So he has to spend a success to even he has to spend an additional success to try to inflict injury.
All right. Well, he's got 2 successes, so one of those successes will go to inflicting injury. Give yourself a bruised.
Okay.
And the other one.
Actually, what I will do. Well, I already took my turn. Would I be able to do full defense?
I believe you had taken your turn. Full defense, I think you do instead of taking a different action.
Spend her action in the round. Yeah, okay. That's fair. Right. Yep.
So this
So
guy is going to try to.
I have been bruised.
Roost.
In the famous words of Knuckles, oh no.
Well, because I have stamina 3, I have 2 bruise tracks. So
Yeah.
Wait,
let's
stamina
see.
3 gives you 2 bruise tracks?
you get an additional 1 for stamina 3.
Oh,
I got stamina 5.
that last
your
success
stamina-
of his, he doesn't actually have. Because you had the blinding on him, which subtracts That's one extra success he had to roll to get a success period. So really, he only had the one extra he could actually spend after.
Yeah.
So he pops you. He does a bruised. The one Jaden attacked is attacking her.
Rab, you said you had stamina 5,
Yeah.
so you have 3 bruise tracks then.
Poof! Okay, let me just quickly
Make
do
a note of that.
this. Yeah, I'm actually adding bruise tracks.
Yeah,
Okay.
everyone starts with 1, but then you get an additional 2 for having a stamina of 5.
Okay. That's fine by me. I could
Alright.
take more hits.
So the frat boy stepping up to Jaden takes a big swing, but he catches nothing but air. He rolled as bad as his buddy rolled good.
And his buddy's blind.
What kind of thing? So
His
is this
blind
guy?
buddy got 3 successes to hit.
Oh no, she knocked him prone. She didn't blind him. She knocked him prone.
Yeah.
I did. He had to spend time to get up.
Yeah, never mind then. The one that stood up and knocked the coffee table over that hadn't, that nobody's engaged yet. He steps across it and takes a swing at you and missed. His buddy spins the round, getting up.
Which brings its own things. Looking at it.
Oh, is that 3.5 rolls where you can beat the shit out of somebody as a reflex?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
They have to roll athletics with a complication of 1.
To get up?
Yeah. Because
Okay.
you are in close combat with them.
Yeah.
And if
Attack
they
of opportunity.
fail to buy off the complication, so if they don't get any successes, then they take an injury condition because you go, bitch. Sit
All right.
back down.
And what does it say? What dice pool they have to roll? Or is it just their combat?
Athletics.
Oh, that's his second tier stuff. So he's not quite as good at that.
Yeah. He just says
All
athletics.
right, he got 3 successes though, which I believe is enough to buy it off.
It's says a mixed action. Then the prone character must stand up as part of a mixed action. Standing up is an athletics roll with a complication of 1. So, whatever the mixed action for that would be.
I have to imagine that would be if he was doing something else with it. Mixed actions or double actions.
That's true.
But like I said, he got 3 successes, so he manages to get up without being popped again.
All right.
So that's those 3. The 2 guys with the pool cues come running in. Let's see. Connor and Jaden are in the front.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be naturally who they attack. So each one of them is going after one of you.
Right.
They're using the length the pool cues give them to try to stay out of arm's reach of you.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of come up at a slight angle to their buddies, so they can just come down to whack you without hitting their buddies.
Right.
We'll go with the one on Connor first.
Okay.
He got 4 successes.
Good grief.
They really want to fight you.
Yeah, they want
Hey.
to fight, man.
They do. Okay, so my
Well,
defense is
somebody had to
3.
say, let's fight.
That's true.
All right, so you got 2, so that knocks off 2. They've got 2.
And the additional 1 knocked off for armor.
All
Or
right.
for
If
defense,
they want to
standard
do
defense.
armor, if they want to do damage, if they decided to trip you or something, they wouldn't have to spend.
That's
extra
true.
for that. However,
Yeah.
they're trying to do damage, so.
Fair.
So he gives you another bruise, and he's got 1 extra success.
You said he got 4?
He got 4 total.
Okay, so he just spent his 4th success to inflict injury.
Well, that's right, because he had to have 1 to hit you.
Yeah.
1 to actually
Yeah,
hit
standard
you.
defense is 1
That's
plus
right,
2
that's
from
right.
defense, and then the 1 for soft armor.
That's right. I was just counting the successes, not the one you start with.
Yeah.
All right, so he gives you a bruise. 1 on Rap, or Jaden, I should say. That's 2 successes. So give me a roll with your Well, whichever one of your resistance stats you want to use.
Oh, resolve and stamina are both 5.
Okay.
So stamina and what?
Just
Just
stamina.
stamina?
This is just the stat roll. Because you're doing this kind of automatically, so.
No successes.
Oh
All right,
wow.
so-
Dice don't like me.
All right, so one of his successes goes towards actually, hitting you, or towards inflicting damage, so give yourself a bruise.
Mm-hmm.
And then he will spend the other one. Let's see, it's only one, so he can't do any of the really hinky stuff. He trips you. He comes in where the one guy just came straight down at Connor. This guy runs in and kind of whacks you on the back of the knee. So you plop down.
Mm-hmm.
It's already after 9. We really need to hustle this up.
I mean, we started late. We could end late.
Yeah.
That's true. We may go a few minutes over.
We are a few minutes over.
Where was that?
We started at 6:12.
Yeah.
3 more minutes.
I'm just kidding.
All right. So anyway, that's all the frat boys.
Uh-huh.
And then
Unless Robert really wants to go right now.
Duba and
Yeah, that's the
That's
2
it?
zeros. So
Yeah.
Robert and Talarius can go now.
Talarius is just recording. Does another thing with the phone. It's like, oh, we're over here at these assholes' compound and they seem to be losing the fight. And what I am intending to do is to continue recording. But I am intending to throw moral support. I guess feint would be the thing I'm doing here, but instead of using a combat stat, I'm using my presence.
Okay.
Barding it up.
So would that be leadership presence?
Yeah, that'll be fine. Now, with what you're doing, of course, you cannot use the inflict harm.
Right.
Or
I'm not
injury.
intending to. I'm gonna be hyping up my homies.
But yeah, I'll let you do that.
No successes. That's fine.
Nobody's paying you
Yeah.
any attention.
Yeah,
None of
that's
the
fine.
bad guys, anyway.
What is
That's-
considered an excess? Because I mean, you rolled a 7 in there.
8 and
Eight
and
and up.
higher.
8 and higher.
Ugh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thresholds are
Ugh.
thresholds are low for a lot of things, but yeah, it's 8 and up is a success.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
I'm just
Yeah.
Which is why I'm sitting here going, that I've got
Right.
two thugs hitting for 4 successes.
continuing to live stream. That's basically what they're doing.
All right.
But if
yeah.
no one's paying me any mind, I'm good.
But yeah, you have to hit the demi-god before the success number becomes a 7.
Good to know.
That will be outside the scope of this campaign, probably. But all right, Robert, what are you doing?
Just keep going.
Well, Robert's thinking about it. He's like, well, crap, I did bring him over here to all this, but they are trying to extort her grandparents, for God's sake. So he just says F it, and he pretty much just dives right in, just pretty much just, yeah, he's not much of a combat guy, but he's just pretty much just coming in and he's just trying to come around and clock somebody.
All right. Well, you've seen Jaden get knocked down, so there's 2 guys kind of standing over her.
Oh yeah, whichever one's not looking at him that's over her, he's about to try and pop in the back of the head.
All right, roll it.
What you need me to roll, boss?
This would be either dexterity or might,
Mm-hmm.
plus close combat.
Well, let's see what I can do. Yeet. Woo! Got 3.
All right.
All right, so that's 3 successes. One of them just to land the attack. But then you do a bruise or do a. Actually, these guys are normal, so it's what, bruised and then injured.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I say whichever one is not paying close attention to him, he'll essentially come around, clock him, and then come right back up with a hook.
Yeah, so you lay into the one that that Jaden had hit earlier. He's actually a little closer because the other guy's got a pool stick, so he's got a little bit more distance.
Hmm.
So this guy was already hurt some, and then you popped him. So you did 1 damage to him. So you had 3 successes. 1 just to hit him, period.
Hmm.
You inflict harm for free. And that leaves you 2 successes that you can spend on stunts. Like that's the blinding. You can initiate a grapple with him. You could knock him down or trip him. You could shove him.
I'll spend it to shove him into his buddy,
Okay.
just to kind of get him off of Jaden. Just shove him off.
How many successes?
How many is it? Would it take a 2, or does it have to be a 3 for that?
It says
Shove.
variable.
Every 1 success you spend after beating the difficulty, you may push your opponent back a number of meters equal to your might. So what is your might?
Be a 2, boss.
2 meters? That's not bad.
That's 2 meters per success. So if he spends both successes, you just threw this
That's
guy
4
like 4
meters.
meters. That's like 4 yards back.
Yeeting somebody.
Yeah, you just ran it. That is a yeet. So he goes flying back like over the couch. Some of the guys were sitting on.
Again, the guy not really one for combat. It's just like, F it, yay!
Yeah.
I don't have to fight him if I just pick him up and throw him.
Right.
Nope. There's a buddy of
Am I
mine's
scared?
dad that was always his. He was a big guy when he was younger, and that was always his opinion on fights. Oh no, I just grab them and throw them over their cars. Usually when they pick themselves up, they don't want to fight no more.
Yeah.
I mean,
Usually.
that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody threw me over my own car when I get up, I don't want to fight them either.
We good, boss. I'm going.
You know what? I was in the wrong. I do apologize.
Yeah.
All right. That is the end of this round of combat.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to wrap up in the middle of a fight. But considering how long this round of combat took, and I'm sure we'll speed up as we get used to the rules.
Well, there's one thing we can do if we want to go ahead and finish it. There
that's
is
right.
what's called the down and dirty action.
That is right. That is an excellent idea. What page is that on?
What?
115.
Of which book?
Origin. So to
115
resolve down
is-
and dirty combat,
Oh,
both
right.
parties make opposed rolls using their relevant combat skills. Any threshold successes in the opposed roll lead to the target being taken out, failing to escape, divulging relevant information, etc. Ties favor the players.
Okay.
All right.
So basically, we accumulate our total number of successes, and then he rolls the successes for all the dudes we're fighting, and then whoever wins wins.
All right. So everybody else, give me
If we
one more
steal our
roll,
dice.
depending on what you want, on what skill you want to use.
I feel like I'd still be doing the same thing.
That's fine. For those of you with pets, choose whether you're going to use your physical dice pool to fight, or whether you're going to use your social pool to command your
Success.
pet.
I was gonna have her do something kind of like bullshitty and be like pretend to, because everyone like looks at her weird already with Smoochum, so she was gonna pretend to do something kind of like I'm casting some kind of weird ass spell, even though there is no kind of spell or anything.
That would be your manipulation, I guess. Let me look at this.
Manipulation occult.
I feel like a cult will be going into like actual spells.
Subterfuge.
Subterfuge. Occult seems like you could make it seem real, but these
Yeah.
guys wouldn't know real if it bit them. So
Mm-hmm.
go with subterfuge. Go for more for the bluff.
Okay.
We here to fake him out.
Right.
Pretty much.
Well,
Kind of, yeah.
since she's on the floor, she will send Spruce to go bite. So we said social.
Yes.
Okay. And then what? Would it be close combat? Since it's the dog?
Yes.
Okay, so I just
Me
do the
look.
same role I was doing earlier.
Yeah.
Well, close
Eight
combat or
success.
leadership, either one you wanted to use. I forgot leadership. was
Well,
good.
That's 2, 4, 6 successes total.
none from me, Chief. Hey, hate to break it to
Well,
No. Yeah, 6 successes.
Rappy gets an additional 1 from the feint.
That's only for the round.
Yeah, she's already used that one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is she?
Yeah.
The first
Alright,
You
attack.
haven't used yours.
All right, has
That's-
everybody rolled?
Yeah,
Yes.
so I have a total of 5 successes.
I'm only seeing 4 rolls. What am I missing here?
No, we're all here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, Jeremy used presence, leadership.
I use presence leadership.
So it starts with.
Oh, I wasn't scrolled all the way down. That's what it was.
presence.
Okay.
Yeah. You do that a lot.
All right.
That's
So
1.
now I roll for each of these guys.
That'd
So
be
that's-
9 successes in total.
Yeah. If they roll like they rolled against me, then
We're fucked.
yeah.
All right, the first guy got 1.
Keep those numbers low, guys.
The second guy got 1.
Okay, so that's 2 versus 9.
You're doing good, sweeties.
The injured guy, I think, has a penalty on him. So he rolled 1, but he basically has a difficulty of 1, so he got none that count. That's 3 of them. So the 2 pool cue guys. That one got 3.
So 9 versus 5.
All right, now roll for the last guy. Oop, right off the table.
It has taken 4 of them to counter me.
And that one's got 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total.
So that's 9 versus 7.
Yeah.
All right.
So we've basically taken them out.
We beat them up.
Yes, y'all wade into each other. Spruce. I was blanking his name. So Spruce just dives on one. Is chewing him up pretty good.
I do one of those look out behind you things.
Whoop!
Which lets Connor, clock one. One of the guys is freaked out bad enough by what Sasha's doing that he turns around and flees the scene. The guy that got yeeted it also just gets up and kind of runs. So when all said and done, when the dust settles, you've got 3 of the guys are just laid out. The one guy's got multiple dog bites. But, he managed to get his arm up, so he's not like he didn't get his throat ripped out or anything.
Can I use my superior movement dice to chase the fleeing guys and use extendy staff to knock them out and then drag them back?
Sure, you catch him in the backyard, and it's like, boom, boom.
It's like pull.
You just hear from the backyard, alley-oop, as 2 guys come flying in through the windows, and Connor just climbs in after them.
So as this is going on, you drag them back in. You hear sirens in the distance because somebody was live streaming the whole event.
Yep. All right, bye guys. Click.
So the police show up. They're pretty annoyed about the about you going off kind of vigilante style. And it's like they're going to arrest you at first. But then one of the officers recognizes some of the unconscious guys as the troublemakers at the restaurant. I'm going to assume Sasha tells him about the extortion attempt. And you find out some of the other shopkeepers had already complained to the police that somebody was trying that.
Extort.
And so the people easily identified get arrested. The rest of them are taken in for questioning, kind of on suspicion. The one guy with the dog bites is taken to taken to the hospital first.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, he's chewed on a little bit, but nothing life threatening. The police are giving the animals a very, very wide berth. And it's got and just their presence has got them looking at the rest of y'all kind of funny.
Does Connor know any of them, considering he has a habit of just like dumping thugs at the police station?
You don't think you've run across any of these guys before?
Okay.
How old is Connor?
He is just shy of 30.
Okay. So you might vaguely remember the alpha dog thing.
Wukong.
Pretty young.
Yeah. Well, no, Wukong just kind of like made him after the incident with the other band of Scions. He's just like, here. Just dumped him there.
This city could use a little bit of me.
Yeah.
Reporters show up, so it's up to y'all whether your characters talk to them or not. We'll go over that next time.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, all of y'all, leaving the scene will be seen and recorded, but whether or not you actually stop to talk to somebody, we'll cover that at the beginning of next session. Like I said, there's only 5 guys here, so this isn't the entire group. The police poke around, and it seemed like it was probably just only these 5 that were living here, though. So this may be just one little cell of a larger group. But anyway, that was our introduction to Scion. It's going to take us a little while to get the combat down, but
we'll get it.
I'm probably going to do like a cheat sheet with the combat stunts and stuff for everybody to have. I think that'll speed us up a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I want to use it more.
Hope y'all enjoyed it. I enjoyed running.
It was fun.
I hope we had a few different people popping in and out of the chat, and a few of those diehard souls are still with us.
God bless them.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope anybody listening or watching later had fun. And be back tomorrow for V's Monster of the Week game.
Yup.
Thursday should be Descent into Avernus.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday is the Stolen Cities.
Yeah.
Done for the weekend. Then back on Monday with Cap's the Troubleshooters.
Yes.
Which is also D&D.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tuesday we'll be back here with Scion Second Edition, The World at War. I feel like there's something else. Oh yeah, our names again. So I've been your story guide for the evening, Jason. And with me has been Sarah as Sasha, Eric as Connor, Rap as Jaden, Decca as Hilarious, and Duba as Robert. And we will see you next time.